Okay, good morning, students. So last class we were discussing India European Union. Okay, so in that we were discussing about Euro crisis. See, Euro crisis means individually countries' credibility may be low, the capacity of the country may be low, but when they join a particular group, virtually the credibility of the country will go up. Okay, so if the credibility of the countries go up means then that particular country's value goes up. That is the understanding. So depending upon the value of the country, only the countries will be given loans. Depending upon the credibility of the country only, the interest rate also will be fixed. So individually these PIGS countries, what we call it as PIGS, PIGS countries, the credibility of these countries were low, but somehow they were able to manage to enter into a elite club called Euro. So because of that, these countries were able to avail lot of loans at a very cheaper interest rate. These countries got all the loans, spent all the loans. See again, now as per last class discussion, if you are getting loan means you have to invest that particular money in proper economy. So you should not get loans for things where there will be no return on investment. So you can get loans to start a company, you can start your own business, you can buy a bike, you can buy a car, but you should not get loan to go for a tour. So this is the understanding, the general understanding. Okay, so common sense understanding. But these countries, see, suppose government is getting loans and investing means, spending means, the idea is government have to tax it back. So to tax it back, some economy have to be generated. The video correct panni. So that economy have to be generated, but without generating economy, without actual production, if you are going for spending means the government at some time have to pay back the loans. By the time the government will get into trouble. Okay, so government will not be in a condition to pay back the loans. Then what happened is all these 5 countries, they went to Euro the club, and they met the big shots, and then they were asking for paying their loans, these countries' loans. So that you have to note it. Okay. So last class, the last discussion was how come these small countries can go to the big players like Germany, France, and ask them to pay back the loans. Okay. So actually I said like something like this. They demanded, they did not request it. Request means please pay the loan. That is called request. Pay the loan means that is a demand. Okay. They demanded from the bigger parties in that particular club. Why means because suppose the Germany, they said that if you are not paying the loan means I will quit this club. Like this 5 countries were telling. So this is the tone. Okay. So these 6 countries were telling that if the Euro club is not helping them, or if the big players are not taking responsibility, they will quit this club. So immediately what Germany and France will do? Please go out. Like that they can't say. Why means because if suppose Greece goes out means what will happen to Germany? I will tell you. The people who lend money to Greece thought that Greece is having good friendship with Germany. So if Greece is not able to pay, Germany will pay it. So that is the understanding. Suppose if this 6 countries goes out of the club means the understanding is the club doesn't have the capacity to pay these loans. That means the credibility of the club also will come down. Okay. So those countries will get into trouble. The credibility of Germany also will come. See, suppose again going back to our example. See, I am having 100 crore rupees loan. I am in default, so I am not able to pay back my loans. So now I am going to Adani and asking Adani pay my loans. Adani says that why I have to pay the loan? If you don't want means you quit this club. Like that he tells means. Suppose if I am quitting that particular club means what will happen is everybody will question and they will doubt the credibility of Adani. See, for Adani this 100 crore rupees is not at all money. So because I am a small guy, I am having 100 crore rupees loan. Adani like people, big country means they have big loans. So do you know how much Adani is having liability? I am not telling loan, liability 2 lakh crore rupees. 2 lakh crore rupees. So immediately what will happen? These investors, they will doubt Adani. So they may rise the interest rate of Adani to 1%. normally Adani used to pay 3% means, now here afterwards they will say that you pay us 4%. 1% increase is there in interest rate means what will happen to Adani? 1% of 2 lakh crore rupees, how much money is that? It is more than 2000 crore rupees. I don't know exact, but definitely it is more than 100 crore rupees. So Adani will come back and then he will say that don't create problem for us. I directly will pay this money. Like that they will directly pay the money. So can you understand? See, just for example, I am telling. So if these PIGS countries quit Europe means, then they have to directly face the lenders for the PIGS countries. So that is their problem, okay. But the big players in the Euro also will get into trouble. Germany, France, like countries are having enormous debt. They are big countries, big economy. Big economy means big debt. So automatically, suppose the investors will slightly increase the interest rate means, what will happen to these people? This Germany have to pay a enormous debt. 1% of its debt will 100% will exceed the 100 crore rupees loan. So definitely they will directly pay it. So can you understand? Okay. So in a club, if a small party defaults means everybody's credibility will go down. So to save the credibility, the bigger players have to help the smaller players. Now only the Euro countries like Greece and other countries, now only they came to an understanding. Now only they realizing that we should not have joined this particular club. Okay, so at least we should have joined with equal economies. Countries like Greece, Italy and all, they are weaker economy compared to us. So because they were with us, when they are having problem, that is our problem also. So Germany began to pay the money. Okay, so this is what happened. Okay. So now what happened is to bail out. So this is not only just the problem of Eurozone, it is a problem of European Union, and in turn it is a problem of the entire world. The entire world's economy is going down because of this. Okay, so even India got affected. How we will discuss later. Okay, so to solve this particular problem, European Union and IMF, they gave lot of money. They pumped lot of money to these countries to pay the debts. Otherwise, all countries' interest rate will go up because the credibility goes down means interest rate goes up. So this is what happened. That's why temporarily they created one mechanism called European Financial Stability Facility. Okay, so now this is not there. Now they have permanently created ESM. So ESM, you have to note it, European Stability Mechanism. Permanently a fund is being created. So if any country is going to default means they can access that particular fund, and from that fund they can come out of the trouble. Okay, so temporarily the European Union and Eurozone, they arrested this problem. Okay, so otherwise daily the value will go down. Okay, so if they are not able to pay back their loans means, then the credibility will go down. So they will raise the interest rate. See, 3% interest rate you are not able to pay means how the country will pay 4% interest rate. So they will say that no, we can't pay it. Then they will increase to 5%, 6%, 7%. It will keep on increasing. It will keep on increasing. Okay. So it is like a vicious cycle. You have to break this cycle. Otherwise, sometimes the total interest rate sometimes may double like that. Just for understanding, I am telling. So sometimes the debt may exceed beyond the capacity of the country, economic capacity of the country. See, sometimes before in Zimbabwe, there was a problem was there. So during this time, see, our cricket team went there. So Sehwag was putting a message. Sehwag was the cricket player. He said that he wanted to recharge his mobile phone for 300 rupees to Indian value. For that he spent 2 lakh of the Zimbabwe currency. 2 lakh for 300 rupees. See, even the value is low. Spending 2 lakh for recharging your mobile, no one can accept. No. So like that he said. That means the currency value has completely devaluated. You have to give in bulk amount, then only you will get a $10 bill. Okay. So like that during the First World War, Second World War, in the mid period, Germany was also like that. The German currency lost the value. So there is one popular photo is there in net, you can search that. The German women, what they did is they put those money in the fire. And the quote was, at least we can get warm from this currency notes. This currency note is of no use. All you can do is you can burn it and you can get some heat. So at least this is useful for getting some warmth. Like that they said. So like that it will happen. Okay. So to arrest that particular thing, what happened is all the world countries, including India gave 10 crore rupees like that, some big money. Okay, China gave money, US gave money, IMF gave money, all the countries gave money to rescue these people, because the entire world is complexly interconnected in terms of economy. You can't simply say that if there is a problem in Portugal, Italy, Greece, this is not our problem. So then it will be a problem for European Union. Then it will be a problem for Western countries. Then definitely it will be a problem for India, directly or indirectly. Okay. So world economy is complexly interconnected. Okay. So even China is going down, India will feel some kind of problem. Okay. So that's what I said. So finally they created this European Stability Mechanism. And again, Germany, France and other banks, they again gave the money. Again, these six countries enjoyed. They only got the loans. In our display, okay, so Germany and bigger countries, they again gave the loans and these countries enjoy. Okay, so this is what happened. And in Germany, problem came. See, so Germany wanted to help Greece. Otherwise, German's credibility will go down. See, I am a big guy. I am not able to help my small friend. Means people will think that I doesn't have the capacity. So obviously, the big party have to help the small parties. Otherwise, the big parties, the big countries or big persons' credibility will go down. So that's why Germany wanted to help Greece. But the German people, they said that this is my money, my tax, I paid the tax. Then why are you giving this money to Greece? Like that, in Greece, problem came. In Greece, you get money from Germany. Otherwise, quit the government, quit the European zone. Like that, they were threatening. So it was a problem for everyone. So during that period, almost in all European Union countries, there was a change in government because of this. Okay. So see, I have not discussed this very detailed because this is not important. So I am telling that being in a group is a risk. So this is the only one point you have to know. So this is one of the main reasons why UK quit from European Union itself. See, UK is not a party of Eurozone. If it did not join Eurozone, why? Means because already UK said that by joining this particular group, I am not going to get any benefit. But now only UK is having a feeling that means in the sense we have not joined Eurozone. It is a good decision. Now they came to an understanding. Now what they were thinking is, let us go out of European Union. So 3-4 years before, there was a referendum conducted in UK, and UK formally came out of European Union by January 31st, 2020. All the deals has been signed. We will discuss that. Okay. So let us first find out what are the impacts on India if European Union is under trouble. I said no. So this is the problem of European Union. What is this for India? See, number one, our total trade with European Union is approximately $75 billion. See, actually, European Union is the largest trade partner of India in terms of region. See, individual country, it is China. But you have to note that India's trade got affected because of this. European Union is the largest trade partner. And most of the FDI to India is coming from European Union to India through Mauritius route. That you have to note it. Okay. So the FDI investment flow came down. Okay. So, because the European Union governments began to put restriction on the Euro investors. Don't invest your money in some other country. Invest your money inside the country itself, because we need that money. So nobody can transfer their money outside European Union. So automatically Indian FDI inflow got affected. Okay. And then all these countries were implementing austerity measures. See, what is austerity measures? Economic measures. What is austerity means? Very simple. Spending less, earning more. Taxing the people more, and spending on the people will come down. So that is called austerity measures. By doing this, government will save money, and using that money they will pay the loans. Okay, so all the European Union countries, they began to invest in austerity. That means they began to have austerity measures. Spending less, taxing more. Okay, so that means if government is spending less and taxing more, So the people cannot have excess money. So no excess money means no imports. So Indian imports got affected in European Union. So that you have to note it. And this is the most important one. See, just imagine, the fourth point is very, very, very important. See, before the starting of the euro crisis, you have to note that $1 US dollar was approximately equal to 55 rupees. 55 rupees. During the peak of this problem, $1 was equal to 75 rupees. That means we have to pay 20 extra rupees to get $1. Why? Because the dollar became a big demand in international market. See, why this dollar became very costly? See, I am a European Union investor. So just imagine, I am having 1 million euro dollars in my locker. The value of European Union is coming down slowly. Okay, if you are having $10 euro means this is not a big issue. I am having 10 million euro dollars. Even if the value comes down 0.5 unit, then my $10 million value, 10 million euros value is coming down. So nobody like to have euro currency in their hand, because generally there is a problem, no? So the value of the money is slightly coming down. So everybody, what they did is they converted euro into US dollars. I am having 10 million euro, no? So I don't want to have 10 million euro in hard cash. That means physical currency in my locker. Instead, I gave the euro dollars and then bought US dollars and kept US dollars as reserves. So everybody converted euro into US dollars. So there was a big demand for US dollars. Can you understand? So since there is a big demand for US dollars, US dollar became costly. US dollar is the international currency. So obviously, normally we were paying 55 rupees for $1. Now we have to pay 75 rupees for $1. Okay, we have to pay more money, more Indian money to get $1. $1 equivalent money. Okay, so can you understand? So that's why all the investors withdraw their money from European Union and converted that into US dollars. This made dollar very costly. Okay, so that means $1 means earlier we were giving 55 rupees. Now we have to give 75 rupees. 75 rupees. So this is what happened. Okay, so even European Union is under trouble, we will be under trouble. So this is the understanding. So this also directly affected India. $75 billion worth good got affected. FDI inflow got affected. Nobody is buying Indian product because nobody is importing in European Union. Okay, so European Union normally will not import during this time. And ultimately everybody converted their money into US dollars. So US dollar became costly. So international currency became costly because of this. So these are all the direct impacts on India because of euro crisis. So as a result of this only, now means 2-3 years back, the Britain thought that let us quit this European Union itself, because this is a troubled club. Okay, so if you are a big shot and you are in a troubled club means everybody will come to you for money. So to avoid that, what Britain did is they conducted a referendum in the country, and the 52% of the people approximately, they voted in favor of going away from European Union. That means 48% of the people, they think that no, we have to remain with European Union. So by having the union, we are having benefits. Like that 48% is telling, we have to go away from the union, we have to be independent. Already we are strong, we are number one. If you are going and joining the club means, then we also have to share the burden. So we are not ready. This is a disadvantage for us. Like that they went back. Okay, that means these are all the Eurosceptic means the people doesn't want to be with Europe. They wanted to be separate. Physically, England is a separate country. Now, economically also, they wanted to be completely separate. They don't want any kind of union. Okay. So, for example, in immigration, security, employment, trade, economy. So, in these 5 factors, the people who support Brexit, that means who wanted to go away Britain, they said that in these things, England is having a negative side. Okay. So, we will get into trouble. The people who wanted to remain with European Union, they are telling that this issue is an advantage. Immigration means more people will come to us, cheap labor will be available. And then security problems, the people who supported Brexit, they are telling that more people are entering our country, and this creates a lot of security issues, terrorism issues. During this time only in London, you have to note that lot of bomb blast was there. Okay, security issues were there. So, and not only that, from Asia, lot of illegal immigrants were entering into European Union. And if you can enter into European Union, you can access your UK. So that's why you have to note that UK doesn't want any foreigners to enter their country. Okay. Employment, trade and economy, some people say that it is negative. Some people, the opposite side, they are telling no, it is a positive only, like that. See, actually during this Brexit period, there was I saw one TV debate. In the TV debate, the TV channel, that reporter, he's going to the English citizens, the British people, and they were asking whether you are supporting exit polls. Okay, exit polls means polls. That means they are going for the they are just asking whether the people are supporting Brexit or not supporting Brexit. So when the guy asked one British lady, English lady, madam, whether you are supporting Brexit or not, that means whether you wanted to go out of European Union or remain with European Union. Go out of European Union means supporting Brexit. That lady immediately said that I support Brexit. I don't want England to be with European Union. Like that she gave an answer. Immediately that guy again was asking a question to that lady, what is why you are supporting Brexit? For that English lady was telling that if you allow foreigners or the foreign people enter our country, they may steal our resources. Like that she said. And then again they came back to the studio, and then the studio, the news, the anchor, the convener, what he is telling us, he was telling like this: this English lady has forgot English history. What these English people were doing in the last 3-4 centuries? They went to the other parts of the world and looted those countries. Best example is India itself. British came to India and they looted India and went back. So that means that lady is telling that if you allow foreigners, they will exploit their resources. British people will do that, but other people who cannot go to British. Like that they have a mentality. For that I am telling. So the point I see, that means in British, another or history professor was there. He was telling that the children, see, for example, British in India, like that one history lesson is there in British schools. Means what all the details are there? The details are what all the contribution of British to India. That chapters only is there. Can understand? British looted India, the drain of wealth, that and all is not there. Simple, directly it is that British contributed English education, British contributed railways, British contributed telegram, British contributed this. Only those contribution only is there in the history books. That means if you go to an England kid and asking in England, you are asking that kid about India-England relation, means he will say that England contributed to India. He never know that England exploited India. Okay. So anyway, so finally Brexit was signed, and a referendum was the result was in favor of going out of European Union. But why it took 3-4 years means I will tell you. What happened is, that means from European Union, England is formally going out. So the important point here is there is going to be any kind of settlement? That was a big question. Why? Means because the English people might have invested in European Union. European Union also, people might have also invested in England. If this is something like a divorce, okay. So the British is getting divorce from European Union. If there is a divorce without a settlement, means what will happen? The English people's money in European Union is gone. That's all. No settlement will be made. That's why whether a Brexit will be there with a deal or without a deal, like that big problem was there. But recently there was an election in England, this Boris Johnson. So this guy again got elected and the parliament approved. Now with a deal, England is now going out of European Union. There will be some kind of settlement. So properties will be there, no, in both the sides. So there will be some kind of settlements. So after this settlement only, now England is now going out of Brexit. I mean European Union. So by January 31st, 2020, England, that means Britain, formally gone out of European Union. Okay. So 3-4 years, this was the problem. With a deal we are going, or without a deal. No deal means I am an English guy, I have invested in France, means my money is gone. That's all. Now some kind of settlement will be there. After the settlement, Now both these entities will be completely separate. Okay, so this is Brexit. That's why Britain exit European Union. That you have to note. Okay, and then the impacts on Brexit on India. See, actually, we have to wait and see what is the real impact on India. So Britain is going out of European Union, no? So how it will impact the relationship between India and European Union and India and UK. So that we have to. So these are all some suggestions, that means speculations only. So we can't directly reason why this is that, why it is like that. Just note this, okay? So stricter visa regimes will be there in UK. Okay? So that means what UK wants is, UK doesn't want other country people to enter their country. So for that purpose only it is going out of European Union. That means if it is not allowing European Union people to enter into England, means how Indians will get visas to England, UK. So this is a big problem, number one. And number two, rupee value may depreciate against US dollars. Because England is going out of European Union, European Union's credibility will go down. They may be asked to pay more money. Then the value of euro will come down automatically. Then again, like we discussed, they will convert their money into dollars. Then dollar will become costly. Okay, and then so these items price will increase. How they are coming to this that idea, I'm not able to explain. Okay, just note this. Okay, rupee value will become cheaper, means it is good for export. Rupee value comes down means good for export. Rupee value goes up means good for imports. So rupee value will come down against dollars. So everybody will like to buy things from India, buy the services from India. So it has become an advantage for IT services. And then regarding education, you see in UK, a lot of scholarships are there. Lot of this is a higher education center, United Kingdom. Okay, so lot of scholarships are there. If it is with European Union, means the UK will be forced to give this scholarship to the EU people, European Union people. So now UK is separate. So Indian students can get advantage. And then the reduction in pound value. So anyway, if it is coming out, means the UK's value also will come down. This will give advantage for Indian travelers to UK. Okay. See, no need to think much about how this came and all. Okay. So these are all speculation. They have said that we speculate like this. We don't know what is the real impact. It will take time. So because when England formally went out of European Union, immediately the COVID situation started. So only we were not able to feel the real impacts of Brexit. Maybe after this COVID situation, in the next year only we will know what is the real impact on India and India's economy because of this Brexit. Okay. So these are all some speculations that you have to note. So this is regarding Brexit. So in European Union, already I said we have to discuss two things. One is Brexit, so that we have completed. Another one is FTA. FTA is very, very important. Free trade agreement. There is a free trade agreement negotiation going on between India and European Union. So that we will discuss next. Okay. See, EU is India's largest trading partner. Already I said it is not China, it is European Union. It is European Union. Okay. And then that means you see the total trade, the latest trade is around $80 billion. Okay. It is India's 20% of the world trade. That means 1/5 of India's trade is with European Union. So that you have to note it. So that means European Union is the largest trade partner. With the trade partner only, we are trying to sign free trade agreements. Okay. And equal amount of FDI is coming to India from European Union. That means $80 billion approximately. So $80 billion worth trade is there, and $80 billion worth FDI investment is also there. Okay, from European Union, $80 billion annually coming to India. Okay, and the free trade agreement, FTA agreement between India and European Union is called BTIA agreement, bilateral trade and investment agreement. Because trade and investment both are very important. So we are going for this bilateral trade and investment agreement, BTIA agreement. And note that this agreement negotiation started somewhere around 2007-8. So nearly 12-13 years we are negotiating this BTIA agreement. But till now, no solution is there. No solution is there. That you have to note. No solution is there. Okay. So both the sides are having lot of issues. So what are all the issues European Union is having on India, and what India is having on European Union, that we will discuss. We will list it out and then we will discuss. This is called BTA agreement, the free trade agreement. India EU free trade agreement is called BTIA, bilateral trade and investment agreement. Very simple, bilateral trade and investment agreement. Okay. So next we will move to the EU problem. Okay. So these things are the concerns of European Union on India. Okay. So one by one, see, so European Union wanted India to sort out these problems. Then only we can sign, we can have a free trade agreement. Like that, we are also having some kind of problem with European Union. Okay. So both the sides we have to sort out this issue. Then only the BTA agreement, BTIA agreement will be signed. Okay. So number one is India's protectionism to automobile sector. See, most of the medium end and high end car in India are all European Union cars only. Okay. So leave this Toyota, the Hyundai cars. Okay. Volkswagen, and then Mercedes-Benz, Audi, Skoda, and then you have this Volvo from Sweden. So the thing which I have mentioned are all from Germany. Skoda is from Czechoslovakia, that Czech Republic. Volvo is from Sweden. Okay. So these countries occupied Indian market. So most of the medium end car, high end cars are all made in European Union only. See, when the car is made in European Union and they are exported to India, India is putting excess tax on those products. That is called protectionism. We are putting more tariff on European Union product. So European Union is telling that reduce the tax and tariff put on European Union cars. British Motors is also there. Okay. So all these countries are supplying automobiles to India, and India is putting too much taxes. So these countries are telling, oh, why are you putting taxes? Reduce the taxes. But what India, the important point is, majority of the major components for these automobiles, components, spare parts, are all going from India to European Union. So our spare parts are made in India and they are going to European Union. There they are just assembling the products, and I am not telling all the products, at least the majority of the products, some major products are going from India. So there they are assembling it and they are branding that this is made in European Union, made in Germany car, and they are selling to India. And India is putting taxes. So European Union is asking India, don't put tax on Indian product. So India is telling, if you don't want this tax means, then I will give you an idea. So in India, we are having a program called Make in India program. Make in India program. So what you can do is, spare parts are already available in India. In India, cheap labor is also available. So what the European Union country companies can do, they can start their industry here itself in India, produce the European Union car, Indian made European Union car, and sell it in India with no tax or concessional rate. So this is what India is telling. But Western countries are not ready to accept, because if they are shifting the production in European Union to India, means what will happen? There people may lose job. Employment cannot be generated. So that's why India want India to in India more employment have to be generated, means then here we have to start the industry. So this is what India is telling. So we want European Union companies to start their industries in India and access Indian market. If foreign products wanted to access our Indian market, means India will put taxes. So this is a number one major problem between India and European Union. The majority item which European Union exports to India is automobiles. Okay, this is one. And number two, the compulsory licensing. Earlier we discussed in WTO, no? The Swiss companies, German company like Bayer, they are investing heavily in research and development. But some of the medicines, since it is a life-saving medicine, Indian government is giving compulsory license to a local company and ask that particular company to produce that particular medicine. Those medicines are called generic medicines. So this we have discussed in the WTO. So if we are giving compulsory licensing to these companies to produce those patent medicine means, so those companies are losing revenue. So only European Union is asking India to adhere to the intellectual property rights concept. Okay. So but India is not accepting it. And those, if you allow them means, then those companies are selling that particular medicine at a higher price. So this Indians cannot afford. So this is another issue. India's IPR policy and compulsory licensing and generic medicine issue. So this is issue number 2. Already we have discussed this. Then issue number 3, domestic source obligation in multi-brand retail. See, what is this? See, there are 2 brand retail showrooms are there in India. Multi-brand retail, single brand retail. See, what is single brand retail? Very simple, name itself says. Suppose you are going to a Adidas showroom. In that showroom, only one company's, the same company's product only have to be sold. Okay. Adidas means only Adidas products, t-shirts, shorts, track pants, shoes, and other sports items will be there. Adidas only. You can't sell other companies' items in that particular shop. So those kind of retail shops are called single brand retail. Multi-brand retail means, for example, if you are going to Saravana stores here, that is a multi-brand retail showroom. All companies' items will be there. Raymond showroom means only Raymond product only will be there. Other companies' products cannot be sold. Okay, so that is called single brand, multi-brand, very simple. So according to Indian economic policy, in single brand retail, India is allowing free, that means open foreign investment. But in multi-brand retail, India is restricting foreign investment. So this is the problem. What is that restriction means? Domestic source obligation. If a foreign company product have to enter into India means, India is telling that for producing that particular product, you can access our market, I will allow you. Multi-brand retail, I will allow you, but you have to produce all these items with Indian raw material and Indian labor. So this is for one example I am telling. Okay, like that India is putting a condition. 50% of the items which has to be produced. For example, one shirt is there means, for producing this particular shirt, 50% of the total requirement you have to buy it from India, and 50% of labor, like that India is putting a condition that you have to use Indian labor, okay, to some extent. So this is not acceptable to Western country. See, what Western country wants is, they wanted to sell their product, the Western country made product in India. This is not acceptable to India. If you want to sell like that means, then I will put taxes. If you don't want taxes means, you use Indian resources so that our farmers will get benefit, and you use Indian labor. In India, employment will be generated. Okay, so this is called domestic source obligation. So you have to source some of this raw material from India, some of the labor from India. So this is a condition India is putting if India should not put tax on European Union product. Okay, so like that those countries are also doing the same thing only. When we are doing it, those companies are putting pressure on India. And then the duty tariff protection in areas like wine, dairy products, spirits, etc. See, European Union is number 1 in wine making, liquors, alcohols. The European Union made alcohols. When they come to India, India is putting enormous amount of taxes. Unlike other goods, India is putting nearly 100% taxes sometimes on foreign liquors. So liquor means, we all know about Indians today. Okay, so everybody, without liquor nobody can live. Like that the situation is going. Tasmak and all. So tomorrow I think today or tomorrow they are going to open the bars also, outlets also. Like that news came. 500 tokens will be given. Like that, see, is it necessary at this COVID-19 situation? The government doesn't care. All government cares about revenue only. Okay, so anyway, so we are putting too much tax on foreign liquors, imported liquors. European Union is the major supplier. So they are facing problem. Okay, so they want us to reduce the tax put on foreign liquors. And then dairy products. See, countries like particularly Denmark. See, Denmark, you have to note that it is number 1 in dairy industry. Okay, And if we allow those dairy industry to access their products to access our market, means our local breeds will be gone, and local markets will face, that means local players will face problem. That's why for all imported dairy products, India is putting more taxes. Okay, so this is another problem. But there is an irony. You see, you have to note that India is the second largest populated country in the world, but number one in cattle population. World largest number of cows are living in India only. World largest number of buffaloes are also living in India only. Okay, but even then, the total milk consumption per capita, per head is very, very low in India. That means particularly the children. World, half of the malnutrition children are living in India. See, for a child to get the proper nutrition, you have to note that until it becomes to a particular stage, it needs to drink milk. Okay, milk is not available. The milkman, they will have cow in their house, but they will sell the milk to outside. They won't have proper milk. So can I understand? This is the problem. But anyway, and then there is one more case called Vodafone case. I am not going into the details. So I will tell you what is this problem. Very basically only I will tell. Okay, otherwise this is not at all. This will completely go out of our class. Okay. See, an European Union company is starting a company in India. In European Union, that company is a normal company, not a very big company, not a small company, an average company. But once they start their business in India, the Indian branch becomes very rich because we are having a very big population and market, no? So obviously what happens is the Indian branch of that particular company becomes the main company in some days, because a lot of revenue is being there, lot of market is there. In Europe, they may close that particular company. In Indian branch company may become the parent company. So this is what happens. I will tell you a lot of examples. Enfield bike. Enfield bike is a England based, that means European Union based bike. They were about to lock that particular company. But suddenly Indian government earlier, they gave a big order, one Enfield bike for all police stations all over India. Like that, they gave a very bulk big order. Immediately they opened the company and they opened Royal Enfield India. The parent company was closed because it was in loss. But in India, this company became very popular. For example, now it has been sold to Isher, I think. Okay, leave it. So the point is, the parent company will be a small company, but the subsidiary company, that means the branch company which is started in India, will become big. So the problem is not stopping here. What happens is, once this Indian branch becomes the head office, after that this company, using the revenue with India, earned from India, it will expand it to some other country. So what Indian government is doing is, Indian government is putting tax on the expansion. So for example, this Vodafone is a European Union company. It started business in India and became very popular. And using India as a foothold, it began to expand to other countries. So India put a tax on Vodafone company for the investment outside India, saying that the investment parent company is India. So the investment, if Vodafone is investing in one African country, means from that income also India have to get some taxes. So that issue. Okay. That's why no European company today is not ready to open its branch in India and make it as a base company. Okay. And then this is the worst thing that can happen. Okay. European Union allegation of human rights violations in India. Always European Union supports Pakistan. US supports India today. Okay. So this European Union every time will put a blame on India, that in India human rights violations are not there. Okay. See, what I am telling is, I am not telling that in India human rights are 100% under protection. Okay, 100% adhered. Country is not violating human rights. Human rights violations are there everywhere in the world. But what is the definition of human rights? That is the problem. What I am telling is, these countries are blaming India such that in their country no human rights violation is there. Everywhere human rights violations are there. See, I will tell you two examples. Okay, 2-3 examples, you will have an understanding. For example, European Union countries in 1950s, early 1951, I think, they have signed Geneva Refugee Convention, an international agreement, for refugees. Why means, because why European Union countries initiated this agreement? Because 1947 only 2 world war came to an end. After that, because of the war, world war, lot of refugees from their own country, they fled to some foreign countries and they were settling there. So to protect the rights of the refugees, because all over European Union refugees are there, so that only they signed the refugee convention. That means refugees are entitled to get certain rights. Okay. So refugees are different from immigrants and citizens. So three category people are there. Citizens means the country's own people, the son of the soil, that we know. Okay. Immigrants means the people who are going and settling in that particular country for a temporary period, particularly for employment or education or medical or tourism. So we will get a visa, go to that particular country, temporarily we will be there in the country and then we will come back. So these are immigrants. Okay. So these people doesn't enjoy much rights. So whenever visa is been given to us for employment, conditions also will be there. You have to adhere these conditions. Then only you can be in our country. Like that, on condition only they will provide us visa. Refugee means, what is the difference between a refugee and immigrant means? Immigrant will get the permission from the country for a specific purpose like medical, education, employment, tourism, like that. And then with the specified, during a specified period, those people will live in the foreign country. So this is immigrants. Okay. But refugee means, that that means that guy is going and knocking the door of the another country and asking the particular country, please save me. That is the understanding. So in my home country, there is a civil war going on. There is ethnic cleansing is going on. People are killing our group. There is a famine in my country, natural disaster in my country. If I go back to my country, means my life is under threat. Like that, certain people will be there, no? So this is called refugee, asylum. You are going and asking asylum, please protect me. Let me live in your country. My life is under danger. My family's life is under danger. So these people are called refugees. If anyone is going like that to another country, means the parties to the refugees convention, 100% they have to give them hospitality. Okay. So they will get more rights than immigrants and less than citizens, like that, something like that. Okay. Depending upon the country. So all the European Union countries are signatories to the refugee convention. But South Asian countries like India, Bangladesh, Pakistan, we are not party to the convention. But yet India takes refugees. Refugees from Sri Lanka, refugees from Bangladesh, refugees from Pakistan and Afghanistan, from Myanmar to some extent. So we are taking refugees. But we are not officially complied to that particular Geneva Convention, UN Convention. But European countries are, they have signed, they are party to that agreement. So what happened is in the last 3-4 years, particularly after 2015, lot of people from Syria and also some other West Asian countries, they began to cross the Mediterranean Sea and they began to enter into European Union. In European Union, they are not allowing these people to enter their country. These people are refugees, but they doesn't name these people as refugees. Instead, they say that these people are called immigrants. Immigrants means you are subject to the laws of the country. Refugee means based upon human rights, what the country have to give some facilities. So they, in the name itself, they are creating a problem. They are telling that this is a 2015 migration crisis. Like that, all European Union are telling like this. But actually, it is 2015 refugee crisis. Human rights activists are telling that these people are not immigrants, these people are refugees. But they won't accept those people as refugees. They accept them as immigrants. Immigrants means it is up to the country to allow them or not. Refugee means you have to allow them because they are parties to the refugee convention. See, for example, I am having a problem in India. My life is under threat. They are killing my community. There is a big natural disaster here in my hometown. I have no livelihood in my country. That's why if I am going to European Union, means European Union have to accept me. That is a compulsion because they are all parties to the Geneva Convention, Refugee Convention. They have to give me the basic things, food, accommodation and a job. Okay, until my issue is solved in my home country. Otherwise, permanently they have to accommodate me in that particular country. So this is called refugee. This is the ultimate idea of that refugee convention. But as a refugee, if I go and knock their door, means what they will do? They won't accept me as a refugee. They will say that you are an immigrant and they won't allow you. But they will say that if any refugee comes means I will give them all facilities. See, what is this argument? That's why I said this European Union are having double standards in human rights. Human rights means they will change the definition. See, human rights is been given to humans. If you are a human being, you are going and asking help means they won't accept you as a human being. And then they will show that we did not violate human rights. You can understand. Like that the Western European countries, they are doing like this. See, lot of people in a small boat, crowded boat, they cross the Mediterranean Sea and entered these countries. The immediate country to enter is Greece. Greece is already in trouble. There is one more agreement in European Union that the country in which the immigrant enters, that means the refugee enters, that particular country have to register his name. And then he is free to move to any European 28 countries. Suppose if that particular guy creates some kind of problem in Germany or Poland, they will transport, that means they will send the particular guy to the entry country. That entry country only have to take care of everything. That's why Greece, the PIGS countries who are the border countries, what they did, when any refugee comes or anyone comes, they did not enter that. They just say that I am giving you permission to cross my country, but don't be in my country, you can use my road, enter into some other country. Like that they did. Immediately all the countries began to close their borders. Can understand? So this is their double standards. Okay. Actually they are mandated to give facilities, hospitality, but they won't give it. They will change the rules and then they will say that we did not break the rules. We are going according to the law. By changing the law according to their will, they will maintain that we are according to the law. We are following human rights. I will tell you one more example. See, the Scandinavian countries are there. Norway, Finland, Sweden. Particularly take Sweden. So Sweden is a hi-fi country. And Sweden is particularly very, very friendly to refugees and immigrants. Because the problem is in Sweden, the birth rate is going in the negative direction. Okay, if in Sweden, if a child is born, a Swedish child is born, government say that I will 100% take care of all its expenses until its college. Free education, medical free, everything is free for children. Because in Sweden, children are not there. That is the problem. See, such a cold condition, how a child will be formed? Metabolic activities will not properly be there. Trees, that means for that means what is saying? Reproduction and the population to thrive, the condition is not suitable. Half of the year it will be night, half of the year it will be day. How you can live in that particular country? Particularly in the northern side of Sweden, I am telling. Sweden, Norway. Norway is called land of the midnight sun. Night 12 o'clock, sun will be there. Okay, 6 months day, 6 months night. Like that it will be there. How you can live in that particular country? That's why Sweden is very friendly with this refugee. Sweden is ready to take any amount of refugee. But what Sweden said is, see, when lot of Asian people, West Asian people, because of the civil war, when they were trying to cross the Mediterranean Sea and enter into the country, Sweden said that I am ready to accept any amount of refugees in my country. That is migrants in my country. They did not use the word refugee. I am ready to accept any amount of migrants in my country. If Sweden is issuing this kind of statement, then what Sweden have to do? Sweden have to come and pick up these people. They said that, but you have to come to my country. How these refugees will cross the European Union by walk along with their family and cross the cold Baltic Sea, enter into Sweden and knock their door? How it is possible? How it is possible? This is the double standard. That's what I am telling. Okay. If you see what I am telling is, you are, so suppose for example, you are my friend. Okay, think that you are my friend. You are living in Chennai. Okay, I am living in Hyderabad. So you are suddenly telling, you are calling me, sir, please friend, I don't have money for lunch. I am very hungry. Like that you are telling. So from Hyderabad, I am telling that don't worry, my friend, you please come to my home. I will provide you lunch. So this is not helping. See, you are in Chennai. From Chennai you will go to Hyderabad? From Chennai to Hyderabad, if you wanted to go, man, you need transportation. You don't have money. You need lunch immediately. Otherwise, you will get into trouble. I am telling that I never said that I will not provide you lunch. I am telling, friend, don't worry. I will prepare a big dish for you. But you please come to Hyderabad and let us have lunch. How this is possible? So this is how Western countries deceive world countries. How these people will cross Sweden? By foot. How they will cross along with the family? Without money, without food. If Sweden is ready to take refugee, means they have to come and take it. They won't take it. They won't give you any lift. If you go to Sweden, means they will give you, that means this is the double standards I am telling. This Australia is also a country along with those countries only. Although it is in the south, it belongs to the north only. See, in Australia, in YouTube, you might have seen this advertisement. One Australian naval commander, he will say something, but he will say very fastly. They will fast forward that. So what he will say is, I am the major commander. His name. I am an Australian commander. I will not allow you to enter into Australia. Don't come to Australia. I will not encourage this. I am here to protect Australia. Like that he will say. Yeah, in YouTube, this ad is coming. See, what Australia is doing is, if any refugee or migrants go to Australia, means Australia will take care of you, particularly refugee. So what happened is, during the Tamil war, lot of the Tamil people in a small crowded boat, they try to cross the Indian Ocean and enter into Australia. If they go to Australia, means Australia will take care of them and provide them 100% Pakka facilities to them. But when Australian government came to know that some people are coming towards Australia, immediately dispatched its navy and they drowned their boats and come back. And in the mid of the Indian Ocean, the boats were, they simply put holes on the boat. Even after that, if you have capacity to swim the remaining half of Indian Ocean and enter into Australia, means Australia will welcome you and provide you all the facilities. This is the double standard. See, justice openly say, I will not allow anyone to enter my country. That is okay. It is telling that I will provide you all facilities. But see, you are telling that you are inviting your guest. You are telling to your guest, means you come to my home, I will give you excellent hospitality. But if your guest is starting from his home to come to your home, in mid itself you are sending some rowdies and then beating him and not allowing him to come to your country, home. Like that Western countries are doing it. Okay. See, again I am telling, Sweden, in the Human Development Index chart, they top the chart. Sweden, Finland, Norway, the Scandinavian countries. They say that this is the best place for humans. For Human Development Index means health, income and education. Based on that, they are putting an index. So in that particular index, they are telling that Sweden, Norway, Finland is the number one, rank 1, 2, 3, 4. Like that, those countries only there. I am telling, see, in Sweden, people itself is not there. It is not a place for living. Then how come they top the Human Development Index chart? You check the Human Development Index chart after the class. Those countries only top the chart. But no population is there. Population growth rate is also going down. Then how come you call that particular country as the best place for human beings? Because they have their own standards. In their own standard, they are number one. Okay. So we'll take a 2 minutes break and then we'll continue. Okay. So this is regarding European Union's human rights allegation on India. Okay. In India, human rights are not violated. They will say that child labor is involved in India. In India, any child below 14 years is a child. But in European Union, maybe any child before 16 may be a child. That's why clash will be there. The definition of what is human rights, what is the real meaning of human rights, big difference is there. That's why this misunderstanding. Otherwise, I am telling, in all world countries, violations will be there. Big population means more number of cases will be there. That doesn't mean that India is a very bad country. So this is the understanding. And then the other issue is the concealing funding of NGOs in India. See, I am telling, see, the most fraudulent industry in the world is pharmaceutical industry. That everybody know. Second most, according to my list, it is NGOs only. Why means because, see, NGOs means non-governmental organization. See, what is the purpose of NGO? See, so for example, a people need some facilities, some care. Who have to do that? The government have to do that. It is the duty of the government to provide facilities for the people. If government fails means NGOs step in. So this is where NGO comes. One backward area will be there. Government will not help them. So NGOs, in the name of doing social service, they will come and help them. So yes, this is good only, correct only, okay. But what these NGOs are doing is, NGOs are agents of foreign countries. They are spying on India. I will tell you one classic example. So if you want to talk about NGOs means, you will take one class. What are the fraudulent activities they were doing, I will tell you. I can discuss for one class, okay. I am not telling all NGOs are bad. The foreign NGOs are 100% bad, mostly. Not all, but almost they are bad only, okay. So for example, when Russia started building this Kudankulam reactor, lot of people came and protested against the Kudankulam reactor in southern part of Tamil Nadu, okay. See, I am not advocating for nuclear energy. So leave that. I am not coming to that discussion. Nuclear energy is a risky energy. So if it is too much risk to the people, then we should not go for that energy. So this is my idea, but leave that. I am not coming to the discussion. Kudankulam reactor was about to generate electricity. Lot of people from outside, they are protesting in front of the Kudankulam nuclear reactor, okay. And by the time Manmohan Singh government was there, not even this BJP government, Manmohan Singh government was there. And the government began to observe that all the people are common people, daily wagers mostly. Daily they have to work, otherwise they can't eat. Like that person only, they are coming and protesting near Kudankulam reactor. So this is the fact I am telling. I am not telling any idea, it is a fact. So Congress government found out that all the peoples were poor people, but they are protesting for 3-4 months continuously. See, 3-4 months without work they are able to protest means what they are doing for food, government began to find it out. And they found that some NGOs for supplying food and other essential, actually they are being paid for doing protest. Okay, that also with NGOs backup only, sometimes we have to raise the social issues. That also we can accept. And then government began to scrutinize where these NGOs are getting money. By the time and all, NGOs means there is no need to show the source of money. And later, after fine scrutiny, our government, Indian government, Government of India found that these NGO companies are being funded by some Netherlands-based source. Okay. And later it was found that Netherlands is not the original source of the money. The original source of the money is American CIA. So American CIA through Netherlands, it is routing its money to India, to the NGOs, and asking these NGOs to distribute money, give them salary and to do protest. The idea is Russia should not complete this reactor because US only signed a deal with India. Then US should not allow Russia to use this facility, NGOs, NRG's waiver, and produce electricity. So US doesn't want, but it is not US government, US CIA doesn't want Russia to complete that Kudankulam reactor and start producing electricity. For that purpose, they are doing this. See, if the people are coming for their, what I am telling is, if my stomach is empty, if somebody, Swami Vivekananda is giving all my lecture, do you think that I will hear that? 100% no. Nobody will hear it. See, when my problem of hunger itself is not solved, I won't care about nuclear reactors and all. This is what I am telling, because it is a luxury problem for them. So these people are being instigated by some NGOs, who in turn are getting money from European Union, and who in turn are getting money from CIA. Okay, so like that, these NGOs are acting like an agents for some foreign countries for their own objective. Otherwise, what they will do is they will find out the pattern of India, how Indian people are there, what is their consumption pattern, and they will collect the data, and then they will send it to foreign countries. So, before now you have Facebook, all this Google Chrome and all is there. They are completely watching what we are doing, what we are not doing. If you are going and if you wanted to buy a shoe means, you are going and opening some Adidas or some Bata showroom, that website means. So after that you may think that okay, after 3 months let us buy. Like that, if you close means, after that frequently this news is coming, advertisement is coming. Different companies, particularly EU companies, advertisement will come. So this is what Western countries are doing today. Earlier they used NGO, now they are using social media, that's all. In social media we are getting the ad, and why? See, what I was searching again and again, why that ad is coming. So they are watching us, that is the understanding. So they are doing it for commercial purpose. If they can do it means, then security purpose, security also is involved in this. What I want, what I don't want, they are determining again and again by showing that particular product. They are tempting me to buy that. Okay, so like this they are fighting. So this is the problem with the NGOs. See, the thing is, people will say that, so if these NGOs are fraudulent means let us regulate this NGO. I am telling, we don't need this NGO. What we need is good government and governance only, not good NGOs. Okay. See, recently now the present government, they further scrutinized all these NGOs, and now there is a data, I read some article some days before. 2/3 of the total NGOs are being now under scrutiny, because government clearly said that you have to show your source of money. If source of money is not being shown means, suppose this Al Qaeda or some ISIS, they are sending money to Indians through these NGOs means, our national security will be compromised. That's why, see, this is what the Western countries were trying to do it in Southeast Asian countries. The Southeast Asian countries in 1970s, 80s, they said that we don't need your NGOs, you please go back. But by themselves, using self-help, they now became very strong country. Like that we have to improve. We don't need this help of these NGOs. Good Indian NGOs are there. One of my friend is working in this Azim Premji Foundation. Okay, they are doing excellent job. So he doesn't have much profit motive. Okay, so like that, good NGOs are there. Not all NGOs are bad, but almost all NGOs are bad. Only a few only is having real, they are doing real service. In the name of doing service, what they are doing? They are doing fraudulent things. I will tell you one more thing. What your seniors are doing, IAS, IPS officers, your seniors, they won't get bribe, but they will start an NGO or a trust, and they will say that I won't get money, I am a pure person, but you have to contribute this money for this cause. You put your money in this NGO, like that they will say. From there they will collect it. Like that they are doing it. Okay. So anyway, so this NGO concept is actually a good concept, but going very bad. That's what I am telling. Okay. And one more issue is that is called Italian Marines issue. See, last week also there was a news. This Italian Marine case, India lost the case in international court, like that. Okay. So now the victims have to be compensated. So Supreme Court said that without compensation, the case is not closed. Like that Supreme Court said. So this is the final verdict. But what happened, I will tell you. Okay. See, 2 of the Indian fishermen are being shot by Italian marines, means soldiers. See, so when ships are coming through Red Sea, Gulf of Aden to Arabian Sea, because of the Somalian pirates, the ship goods are not safe. Okay. So because of that, the insurance amount also is going up because of more probability of piracy activity. And the that means Western countries, they began to put some of their soldiers in the cargo ships. So when one of the cargo ship was coming near Indian waters, our Indian fishermen were fishing in the Malabar coast. They were shot by, that means the Italian soldiers, they shot our fishermen. And the Italian soldiers defended that We thought that these people are Somalian pirates. That's why we see. That means they looked very rugged dress. See, if a fisherman is going to fish means, do you think that he will go in coat suit? He will go in his own dress only. He will look he's a poor man, that's all, okay. So these Italian marines mistook them as whether they mistook or fun, whatever it is, we don't know. So they are telling that we mistook them as a pirate, that's why we shot. But these fishermen were unarmed. Unarmed fishermen means how can you use that too in Indian waters, how can you kill them? Like that, the Indian government arrested those two Italian soldiers and placed them in Indian custody. Italian government said that you have to send these two soldiers to Italy. According to Italian law, we will try them. India said that since this has happened in Indian waters, these two marines will be tried according to Indian law. So this was the dispute between India and Italy some 10 years back. So this 10 years means 7-8 years back. What happened is nearly for 7-8 months these two Italian soldiers were in Indian custody. Indian custody, we don't think that they are in jail. They were in some star hotels. And later they were being posted in Italian embassy. These two people were not allowed to go out of India. So this was the thing. So during the month of December, these two marines applied to India that they said that this is Christmas time. Since for a very long time they were away from their home, they wanted to spend their Christmas time with their family. And in January 1st week, we have a national election in Italy. So we wanted to put vote. So for this, give us a holiday, 20-30 days holiday. After that, we will come back. Indian government said that no, we won't allow it, because if you allow them, they won't come back for trial. But the Italian ambassador came and gave the jamin. Jamin means the surety. He is an ambassador, Italian ambassador, the Italian government's representative in India. So he is giving an assurance that I will assure that these two people will come back. So Italian government, that ambassador itself have given assurance. So we allowed the two people. These two people went there to their country, spent their Christmas holidays, and they participated in the national, they vote in the national election. And when the new Italian government took over power, immediately the Italian government said that we are not sending the two marines back to India. That means they are backtracking it. Then what Indian government have choice? We have to go and arrest whom? The Italian ambassador. Because he only gave jamin. If I am putting jamin means I am responsible for those two people have to come back to Indian custody. Otherwise I will be arrested. So this is the idea of jamin concept, that assurity concept. We have to arrest the Italian ambassador. But according to Geneva Convention, you can't arrest an ambassador. That means out of goodwill, okay, a good gesture only, because he himself is giving assurity. Okay, so because he gave his word, we allowed it. But see, because in the election, the Italian election, the main problem was actually how to bring back these two people back to Italy. That was the main problem. So when a new government took over power, they said that they are not sending it back. So ultimately, because of this, the India-Italy relationship completely broke down. India and Italy will not have any kind of interaction. Like that situation came. How this affected our free trade agreement? Because EU is having a parliament. The foreign commercial minister of European Union is the foreign minister of Italy. The Italian foreign minister has been placed as the foreign minister of the 28 country European Union. That means we can't speak with the Italians, so we won't speak with European Union. That's why the India-EU free trade agreement deal dragged for many years. This is the main reason. And later, after a lot of diplomatic problem, again those two people came here, and later India accepted for international court arbitration. Very last month only, we lost the case. Those people will be in Italy, and Italy have to give compensation to India. So this was the final verdict. So the Italian the fisherman family will get a big compensation. The compensation has not been decided or given. So Supreme Court said that only after that only we will close this particular case. Like that, 2 weeks before, Supreme Court gave a judgment. So this is on one side. If you read between the lines, means lot of politics are involved. Side by side, two news are coming. See, there is one Italian nationalist there. His name is Gotrocci. That guy is very, very important for, that means that guy is been supposed to come to the CBI court and give his statement. If he comes to CBI court and if he gives a statement, then you have to note that he is involved in the Bofors scams. Rajiv Gandhi Congress people will get into trouble. That's why the Congress government ensured that suppose we lose the election, Modi or some other opposition party comes to power, then they will dig deep into the Bofors scams and they will finish Congress. So to avoid that, what you have to do? Italy and India should not negotiate. Otherwise, we will sign some extradition treaty and bring this Godrochi to India. Godrochi is not coming to India. This is the problem. That's why they used this fisherman problem as a tool so that India and Italy will never have a negotiation. No negotiation means no extradition treaty. So ultimately, India was not able to bring back the Godrochi. Finally, what happened is one day Godrochi died. Within a week, India-Italy relationship resumed. So then how you see, if you closely follow, then only you will understand. You have to relate this. Both are independent events. But if you connect, that means everything, there is a undercurrent is going on. But anyway, so since the Italian foreign minister is also was foreign minister of European Union by the time, that's why India-European Union free trade agreement negotiation did not take place. No proper negotiation was there between India and European Union. But our trade partners like Germany is the largest trade partner of India in European Union. England, France and all, they began to put pressure on Italy, and finally India-Italy relationship resumed. So now India and EU doesn't have any problem. Recently, last month, in a webinar, Indian ministers and the European Union minister, they discussed to move forward with this BTIA agreement. Okay, so these are all the concerns of European Union on India. So like that, we are also having concerns over European Union. So these are easy. Number one, the WTO issue. European Union's subsidized agro industry. So these countries like France and some other countries, they are giving top subsidy to their top farmers, rich subsidy to the rich farmers. The domestic support issue that we were discussing in WTO, that issue. Okay. So we don't want EU giving subsidy to their agriculture. So this is number one. Number two, European Union import restriction. For example, this mangoes import. See, Indian Alfonso mangoes are of great demand in European Union. In European Union, mango trees are not there. Only in mango tree is the tropical tree. Okay, so in India only this mango is very famous. Tropical countries only it is famous. European Union people doesn't know mango, but mango is the king of fruits. Everybody know it's a number one delicious fruit. So our Alfonso mango in India are all of great demand in European Union. So don't think that the Alfonso mango what we are getting in from the fruit shop. No, this is second grade and third grade. The top grade will be exported always. Okay. So when this Alfonso mango went to European Union simply put a ban on our mangoes. They said that they won't buy our mangoes. See, earlier some years, because now why they are telling this? Because they are telling that some pesticides are being sprayed on these mangoes and mango trees. So this mango contains some chemicals, toxin chemicals, which will kill insects. Like that. So that's why it is not fit for human consumption. Like that, European Union said and banned our mango. Earlier to that, they said that inside the mango there will be one small insect will be there. Okay, nowadays those kind of insects are not there. Earlier to that, some 10 years, 20 years before and all, if you take a good mango means definitely 100% one small insect, one bug will be there. Okay, they said that inside the mango insect is there, that's why we won't buy it. Then we sprayed the pesticides on that. We killed that insect. Now without insect, when the mango goes in, they are telling now pesticides are being sprayed. So these pesticides are a problem to human health. That's why we won't buy it. Yes, that is also correct only. But later only it was found that all the pesticide companies are again this Bayer company. Bayer is a pesticide company. The pesticide company is a European Union company. They are selling pesticide in India. We are buying that pesticide and we are spraying that pesticide on these crops. When these crops are going to, products are going to Europe, European Union is telling that this crop is not fit for human consumption because the crop contains some residues of pesticides. See, what is the standard? If they are telling that means they should, the European Union company have to stop this doing, Bayer is the number one company. Number one pharmaceutical and pesticide. Pharma medicine itself is a pesticide only. It is going and killing virus means it is a pesticide only. Okay. So European companies only leading the pesticide market in India, but they are telling that if you spray the pesticide means it is not good for human consumption. That means for European Union people it is not good. Indian people it is good. So this is the double standard. Okay. So this is another problem. And not only that, they will put some other condition like non-tariff restriction. See, there are two type of restrictions are there on foreign product. One is tariff-based barriers. Like India is putting top taxes on foreign product, not allow the product to enter our country. This is called tariff barriers. Non-tariff barriers are there. That means technical, they will use technical issues like this health hazards and then the dimensions, specifications, documentation, quality, quantity, and then they will say that you have to comply to these rules, then only we will allow. Like that timing, like that they will put some kind of condition and then they will reject our product. So this is our next issue. And then work visa restriction, this we know. Indians are not able to get free visa to European Union nor UK. So this is a normal problem. And then technology transfer issues, this also we know. So Western countries, they are producing lot of technology and everything is patented, particularly the clean energy technology. They are not sharing it for free, but they are asking us to reduce our CO2. How it is possible? Okay. So this is, and finally, we have one issue called data security status. This is very, very, very important. We are asking for this. See, European Union is the second largest IT market in the world. India is one of the largest IT service provider, but we are not able to access European market, IT market, service market. Why? Means because our IT companies are not getting much projects from European Union. Why? Means because in India, the data is not secured. Like that, they have, the European Union have branded. In Indian software companies, data security is not there. So if European Union is giving that particular standard called data security status, yes, data is secured in India, like that means, then all our IT companies will get data from, that means get projects from European Union. Then we will have more employment. They are not giving it. So that's why in all bilateral negotiation with European Union, India is asking European Union to provide us this particular status called data security status. That means, see, if Indian IT companies have to do some programs or some kind of any app or application, whatever it is, they are trying to do it for European company, they have to share their data. They think that their data will not be safe in India. Data privacy will not be there. That's why they are not sharing it, because information is wealth. If you get that information, means what you have to do, what you should not do, in which season you have to do, which season you should not do. You will master the commercial, that particular technology, marketing technology. Western countries are doing this by collecting lot of data. Even now you see the Facebook, they were interfering in Indian elections and they were doing something in favor of BJP. Like that, some news is coming, last 2-3 days. So like that, some problems are there. So anyway, so India needs data security status from European Union. Okay, so they are not giving it. So if we get it, means we can access lot of projects from European Union, which will be good for IT companies and employment in India. So these are all India's concern towards European Union. Okay, so if EU's concern and India's concerns are addressed, means then India EU relation, that means FTA agreement, BTI agreement, bilateral trade and investment agreement will be signed. And for India, European Union is the largest trade partner. 1/5 of the trade. Now then after the FTA agreement, it will increase. Both sides will get lot of benefits. Technology transfer will be there, people to people movement will be there, investment also will be there, trade also will flourish. So this is all about India and European Union. And among the European Union today, England is not having very good relationship with India. At least now there is a change in government. Earlier Theresa May government was there. They were friendly with Pakistan. The Boris Johnson, he did not have much choice. Okay, so he was see, after COVID situation only we will come to know. But anyway, England today is not that much friendly with India compared to Pakistan. This is the position. But in European Union, Germany is an economic partner, but France is a full supporter of India. So now they are telling that France is our new Russia. How Russia backed India during Cold War period, like that France is doing everything for India. Okay. So with respect to Pakistan, this FATF, Financial Action Task Force. Okay. So because Pakistan is sponsoring terrorism, helping terrorism by money laundering. So because of that, the FATF, a group of 28 or 38 countries, they are putting some kind of strict conditions on Pakistan. They have moved Pakistan to the grey list. We will discuss that while during Pakistan. Okay. So who brought this? France. France only led this sanction on Pakistan. Okay. So France 100% is supporting India. Even during 1974 nuclear test, 1998 nuclear test, France did not criticize India. France always support for India's nuclear program, civil nuclear program only. Okay. So France is a close ally. Rafale jets, nuclear reactor, nuclear agreements, all these things we have signed with France. And climate change also, we have Modi and the President Holland by the time, both have initiated. Now another Macron, one more guy is there. Earlier Holland was there. So during this time, during the Paris summit in 2015, both the leaders initiated the International Solar Alliance. Okay. So through that International Solar Alliance, all the countries, they are going to jointly invest in research and development in solar technology and bring down the cost of solar technology. Okay. So this is one good initiative to bring down the CO2 emission. Solar energy is a clean energy, okay, and renewable energy. Until sun is there, we will get it. So these are all some of the initiative with France, okay. So otherwise, this is regarding India and European Union. Okay. So we'll take a small break and then we will continue with one more topic, India, Bangladesh. So we have to discuss, so what I will be discussing means India, Bangladesh, India, Nepal, India, Sri Lanka, and finally India, Pakistan. So these are the 4 topics remaining in our discussion. Okay. So I may be coming for another 2 classes maximum. So after 5 minutes, we'll continue. Okay. So next topic, India-Bangladesh relation. Okay. So we all know that in 1971, because of India only, Bangladesh became an independent country. So this is because of the Indira Gandhi's, the Rajatandra. Okay. So when Pakistan was always creating problem for India, there were two Pakistan on either side of India. So this Indira Gandhi used this Beda principle. So Kautilya Samadhana, Beda, Danda, that Beda principle, and divided our enemies, the enemy, okay. And Bangladesh became a sovereign, independent country, okay. So the 1971 war ended with Shimla Agreement. In that 1971 war, it was a direct conflict between India and Pakistan. So already we know US supported Pakistan, China was also supporting Pakistan. From all the four sides, India was about to get attacked, but Soviet Union, with the Soviet Union's help, India was able to win the war. When Soviet Union entered as an agreement, some kind of understanding with India, China and US did not intervene. So with a direct war with Pakistan, we won a war. And during that war, we had more than 1 lakh prisoners of war. 1 lakh prisoners of war. In return for the prisoners of war, 1 lakh Pakistani soldiers, India made Pakistan to accept Bangladesh as a sovereign independent country. Okay. So that's why I said Bangladesh became an independent country because of India. So because of India only a country became an independent. Then how the relationship between the two countries should be there? It should be very good. Yes, initially it was good, but today is it like that? No. Why? Means because what happened is the first Prime Minister of Bangladesh, Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, when he was the Prime Minister of Bangladesh, relationship between India and Bangladesh was very, very cordial. But what happened is, on the day of Independence Day, August 15th, 1975, our friend Sheikh Mujibur Rahman was assassinated. And after that, what happened is, a military leader called Ziaur Rahman, he became the leader of Bangladesh. Initially, he was with Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. Later, he became the rival of Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. And note that when Ziaur Rahman, Sheikh Mujibur Rahman is our friend and he was assassinated. Ziaur Rahman now have become the PM of Bangladesh. When Ziaur Rahman became the PM of Bangladesh, relationship between India and Bangladesh was not good. He ruled Bangladesh between 1975 to 1990. What he did is he used religious sentiments to come to power, to consolidate his power. And not only that, he also used anti-Indian sentiment to come to power. That's why Ziaur Rahman and India's relationship is not good. Okay. So it was a military autocracy. Okay. And during this period, religious fundamentalism became popular in Bangladesh. And not only that, in 1990, Ziaur Rahman was also assassinated. And after that, you have to note that two political parties were controlling Bangladesh. One political party's name is called Bangladeshi Nationalistic Party or BNP party. The another party is called Bangladeshi Awami League, who is in power today. Since the last 10 years, third term, she came to power. Okay. So you have to note that the BNP is under the control of a leader named Khalida Zia. She is the widow of Ziaur Rahman. And Awami League is under the control of a leader named Sheikh Hasina, who is the daughter of Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. That means in Bangladesh, only two families control the power. One is Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, now Sheikh Hasina. Ziaur Rahman, Khalida Zia. So this is the politics. Okay. So now earlier Sheikh Mujibur Rahman versus Ziaur Rahman. Sheikh Mujibur Rahman was assassinated. Later Ziaur Rahman was also assassinated. After that, Khalida Zia versus Sheikh Hasina. Sheikh Hasina is our friend. Khalida Zia is our enemy. Or we can say like this. This Bangladesh Nationalistic Party headed by Khalida Zia will come to power using anti-Indian sentiment. And Sheikh Hasina will come to power based on pro-Indian sentiment. Very simple. So Sheikh Hasina is our friend. So India wants Sheikh Hasina to be the Prime Minister of Bangladesh. Even the last election, last year, what happened? There was some kind of problem was there. Election was not democratic. Opposition party denounced the election result. Sheikh Hasina won the election. India immediately approved it. Approved means recognized it. And Sheikh Hasina continues as the Prime Minister of Bangladesh. As long as Sheikh Hasina is the Prime Minister, India-Bangladesh relationship will be good. As long as Khalida Zia is in power, she will involve with Pakistan and a terrorist group and then create problem for India. So in India's national interest, you have to note that mostly we support Sheikh Hasina. We support Sheikh Hasina. Okay. So this is the equation in Bangladesh. Okay. So today Awami League is in power, but today also we have some kind of problem because of the CAA, Citizenship Amendment Act. That means actually in the northeastern states people are trying to identify the illegal immigrants from Bangladesh and we are trying to get them back to Bangladesh. So because of that some misunderstanding is there, but Sheikh Hasina also need India, India also needs Sheikh Hasina. That is the position today. Okay. So with respect to Bangladesh, so these are all the issues we have to discuss. Okay. So number one is illegal migration and insurgency. And then we had a border dispute, but we have sorted out 100th Amendment Act, we have sorted out, we will discuss that. And then we have water sharing dispute. And then issues of Moor Island and maritime delimitation. This is maritime problem. So these were the 5 areas of contention with respect to India and Bangladesh. We have to discuss this. Illegal migration, insurgency issue, border disputes, then water sharing dispute, then issue of Moor Island and maritime delimitation. So we'll discuss this. So issue number one, illegal migration and insurgency. One by one it will come. See, actually what happened is in 1971, during that period, see actually in 1970, there was a very big cyclone was there in Bangladesh. That cyclone name is called Bola cyclone. During this time in Bangladesh, so Bangladesh, by the time it was called East Pakistan, it was directly under the control of Pakistan. 10 lakh people died because of that cyclone, during the cyclone and post-cyclone issues. 10 lakh people died. But the Pakistan government, who was in charge of the East Pakistan, did not take proper measures, preventive measures or post-cyclone measures. Okay. So that because of that people were feeling very hard. And during this time only what happened is there was an election. And not only that, they made Urdu as the national language, this Pakistani government. So the Bangladeshi people speak Bengali. So they doesn't know Urdu. So this also alienated East Pakistan and West Pakistan. As a result, there was an election. In that election, all the people of Bangladesh, they voted for Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. He was about to become the PM, Prime Minister of entire Pakistan. But when he went to Islamabad, instead he was arrested. That's why protests started in Bangladesh. As a result, what happened is Pakistani soldiers were sent to Bangladesh. And they began to do atrocities, all sorts of very bad things. So, lot of refugees from Bangladesh began to pour into neighboring West Bengal, Meghalaya, Assam, particularly Tripura in the states. So, we were following Panchashil principle, but we can't intervene in Pakistan's civil problem. But when these refugees entered India, Indira Gandhi said that then this becomes India's problem because of refugee. Large influx of poor population and that means the disturbed population from Bangladesh is entering India, means we have to provide them livelihood, no? So India took it as our problem and we divided India and Bangladesh. Pakistan and Bangladesh into 2 countries. So this is 1971 war. So now what happened is the people who entered into India in 1971, even after Bangladesh became a separate country, they did not go back to their country. Earlier during problem they came to India, but now they are not going back. They permanently settled in India. Because obviously compared to Bangladesh, you see, world largest slums are there in Bangladesh. Bangladesh is one of the underdeveloped countries, no big resources. Okay. And frequently it is affected by flood. In addition to that, cyclone, earthquake also will be there. So in the circumstances, Bangladesh is a very hard country to survive. but a very densely populated country. So compared to Bangladesh, Indian states are better, more opportunities are there. That's why when they came to India, they did not go back. But anyway, so in 1971 they came to India. Today is 2020. So literally 5 decades have gone. 5 decades means you have to note that 3 generation people will be there. Grandfather came in, father and son, grandson will be there. So in that circumstances, we can't make them to go back. So this is the problem. This is the core cause of all this national population register, CAA, etc. This is the main one of the main problem. Okay. So some of the people in Assam, they don't want anyone to be in Bangladesh. They wanted to find out who is the real people who lived there in the soil, and they want all the aliens to go back. I'll come to that. So these people are not going back. Now the more biggest problem is, now they are sending invitation to their friends there in Bangladesh to come to India. Now the Bangladeshi people who came to India in 1971, they literally became Indian citizens, because 30-40 years they are living, they having all sorts of Indian documents, including ration cards, Aadhaar card, etc. Like that, you can't. It is very difficult to find out to again send these people back to Bangladesh. But at least we can stop new people entering into India. For that only, a lot of problems were there. When these people illegally trying to enter into India, Indian forces are shooting them. Because of that, we are having some problem with Bangladesh. And not only that, insurgency problems are there. I'll come to that. Because of this, the demography in the northeastern states, West Bengal, Meghalaya, particularly Assam, Tripura, the demography has completely changed. The population proportion has completely changed. So because of that, communal, political, social, economic tensions are there. See, always you have to note that no place can accommodate refugees or foreign people. Particularly in the lower level cadre workers, they will fight, automatically a riot will be there. Because just in Singapore, my uncle used to say, in Singapore, for calculation purpose I am telling, if you are trying to employ a Singaporean national, means you have to pay him 100 rupees. But if you employ an Indian laborer, means that means the passport holder laborer, means you can pay 60 rupees. With 60 rupees, you will do the same job. What the Singaporean national is doing, Indian worker will accept 60 rupees. The Chinese soldiers, the Chinese laborers will be ready to work for 30 rupees. Bangladeshi people will be ready to work for 15 rupees. Same work. Okay, so like that. So if you all see more laborers are coming from outside, means people will employ them. And automatically what they will do, the local population will lose their jobs, or they will be forced to reduce their salary. Because of that, conflict will be there between the local labor population and the migrated labor population. This is why whenever you allow refugee, at some point of time, a big riot is going to be there. It applies not only to India, to England also same problem were there earlier. So everywhere this problem will be there. So but this is the problem between the local population and the migrated population, the refugee population or the migrated population. But finally, they paint colors, communal colors. Problem Hindu Muslim, Christian Muslims, because Bangladeshi people mostly are Bengali speaking Muslims. So automatically fight broke out between the parties. In Assam there is a problem, Tripura there is a problem, West Bengal also some problem may be there. Why? Means because they finally say that this is a community problem. It is not a community problem. It is the local population versus the foreign population problem. Foreign laborers versus local laborers. This is the problem. So because of that only communal political issues are there. Political issues means one party in Assam will say that if we come to power, we will expel all these outsiders. Other party will say that if we come to power, I will give you all protection here. You will be given citizenship. You will be given all facilities. So like that only the population. That means in election there is a election propaganda, election campaign and all will be like this only. Okay, and not only that, through this illegal immigrants only, Pakistan ISI is sending terrorist people into India earlier, number one. And number two, earlier Pakistan printed Indian currency and fake currency and circulated in India through these migrants only. This through Bangladesh only, because we have a porous border. Why? Means I will tell you why there is a porous border. I will tell you. So this is the problem. Okay. So that's why what happened is with Sheikh Hasina's government, we have signed one agreement called Joint Coordinator Border Management Plan. And using this plan, now we have a protocol how to handle the illegal migrant issue. So smoothly with Bangladesh government, we are trying to sort out this problem using this CBMP, Joint Coordinator Border Management Plan. Not only that, in northeastern states, there are some separatist groups are there, Assam, etc. This territory. They will do sabotage activity in India and then they will go and hide in Bangladesh. Bangladesh government will give them refugee particularly during Ziaur Rahman's period. And earlier when East Pakistan was there. For example, this National Liberation Front of Tripura, NLFT, one group is there. This group forcibly converts all the tribal people into Christianity. See, leave the religion problem. This NLFT is also involved in women trafficking and child trafficking. This is a serious problem. So Indian government is fighting against them. They will do sabotage activity in India and then they will go and hide in Bangladesh. So this is one example. NLFT, National Liberation Front of Tripura. And then in Assam there is one more group called ULFA, ULFA, United Liberation Front of Assam, I think, ULFA. So this group is telling that, this particular group is telling that Assam was never a part of British territory. So how can it become a part of India? They want a separate country called Assam, in Assam territory. So Indian government cannot accept this. So only what happens is, these ULFA leaders fought against Indian people, and that means Indian soldiers, Indian government, did some sabotage activity and then hid in Bangladesh. But the Sheikh Hasina's government caught all the ULFA leaders and handed over to Indian authorities. Now they are in jail. The top leaders are in jail. Now a peaceful negotiation has opened between Indian government and the ULFA leaders. Now the ULFA leaders have accepted to enter into mainstream politics and fight in election and then come and fight in parliament using democratic method. But some factions of ULFA, they are still fighting with India. The main leaders, top leader 1, 2, they have accepted some kind of truce. Settlement is still there. And then there is one, the Bodoland group, one Christian based group is there in Assam. So this group is telling that they want all the outsiders, already less resources are there in northeastern states. In their circumstances, how can you allow a foreigner to come and access that particular resources? So automatically fight comes. See, if people could go to Mumbai, Chennai, Delhi, nobody is going to bother from where you are coming. But if you are going to a village, means people will bother because already resource is scarce. More people are coming means automatically clashes will be there. So the board of people are asking all the outsiders, that means the Bengali speaking Muslims to go back to Bangladesh. And also they also want the Garo Gasi Jaintia people who were actually brought by British people to the Darjeeling area, that Assam area, for tea plantation to do work, as a laborer. So now they also want the tribal people also go back to Meghalaya. That means they are telling that this soil is meant for us only. Nobody should enter this. Like that, they are also protesting. Okay. So like that, problems are there. Now we have an understanding. Like that, in Bangladesh also there is some kind of groups are there. Hanuman Sena or Banga Sena, some Sena group is there, Hindu outfits. They want a separate country from Bangladesh. And they will do some bad activities against Bangladesh government and they will come and hide in Indian territory. So now after this CBMP and some other MOU with Sheikh Hasina's government, both the government accepted that we will not support the extremist group or insurgent in each other's territory. Okay. So now we have an understanding with Bangladesh government. So this is regarding illegal migration and insurgency. Illegal migration and insurgency. And the second issue is border dispute. See, border dispute, we had border dispute, but we have sorted out the border dispute. Okay. See, the person who demarcated the territory between India and West Pakistan, his name is Ratcliffe, he is the surveyor. Okay. He only demarcated the territory between India and Bangladesh. That means West Bengal, East Bengal, and the other Indian states. Okay. So that is called Ratcliffe line. This Ratcliffe, you have to note that mischievously or mistakenly, he did not properly demarcated the territory between India and Pakistan in western frontier and India and Bangladesh, that is East Pakistan in near India Bangladesh, that border. So border is a problem between India and West Pakistan and India and East Pakistan. This is a legacy of history and fractured politics. Lot of politics, lot of theories are there. But anyway, British people purposely did that. Like that, lot of theories are there. Let's not get into that discussion. Okay. So anyway, so this is the creation of British. This border problem is the creation of British. Already we know. Whenever British rule a territory, they will alter the border. They will do some mischief in the border. After they left, until they were there, no problem will be there. When they left that particular territory, people will fight for borders. So this is British history. Everybody know this. British imperial history. So, but when Bangladesh became a sovereign independent country with the help of India, in 1971, when Sheikh Mujibur Rahman was the leader of Bangladesh, in 1974, we signed one agreement called LBA agreement, Land Boundary Agreement. LBA, Land Boundary Agreement. So according to the agreement, we came with some kind of settlement with Indira Gandhi and Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. We settled the issue, border dispute. But what happened is, before this land boundary agreement was about to completely implemented or approved, what happened is, our friend Sheikh Mujibur Rahman was assassinated August 15th. When India was celebrating Independence Day, he was assassinated in 1975. Okay. So this land boundary agreement were never implemented. We did not implement this, because after that an unfriendly government was there in Bangladesh, independent Bangladesh, Ziaur Rahman period. Ziaur Rahman was anti-India because he used anti-Indian sentiment to come to power and consolidate his power. See, sometimes some political parties unnecessarily they will raise the issue. They will say that they will take one particular issue and then say that we are against that. Why? Means because whether they are really against that, whether it is a bad thing for us, that is secondary. They want sensation. They wanted to unite people. That's why they will create a villain. That's all. So like that, what happened is Ziaur Rahman created India as a villain, and under Ziaur Rahman's period, we did not have good relationship with Bangladesh. So the land boundary settlement, the land boundary dispute continued. But in 2011, when Sheikh Hasina became the Prime Minister of Bangladesh, she came to an official visit to India. So during this time, by the time Manmohan Singh government was there, both the countries signed a protocol. That means we were trying to revive the old land boundary agreement, 2011 protocol. As a result of that, 119th Constitution Amendment Bill was introduced in 2013. So no need to note this. At least note that 100th Amendment Act 2015 was finally passed. And India Bangladesh land boundary agreement was signed. Legally, today we don't have problem with Bangladesh. Some settlement, that means some procedural issues are there. Legal problems are over. Today we have peacefully sorted out the border dispute between India and Bangladesh. So this is the timeline. Regarding border, we have to discuss three issues that we will discuss now. Okay. So Ratcliffe is the line demarcating India and East Pakistan. British did not properly demarcate, because we can't also completely blame Ratcliffe, because we did not give proper time to settle this issue. Riot was there in West Bengal region also, West Bengal, East Bengal. This side also riot was there, and we gave only very less time to demarcate the territory, and some technical issues are also there while demarcating the territory. So in a hurry they demarcated the territory. That's why it is not proper. That's why always we have a problem with Pakistan and Bangladesh. But Bangladesh, with respect to Bangladesh, we have sorted out the problem. Okay. So this is in 2074 we settled the issue, but it did not came into force. And again 2011 we renewed it, and by passing 100th Amendment Act 2015, we settled this issue. So we will discuss three things. One issue is called the enclaves. See, this is India. This is today's Bangladesh. So this green line is the territory. But this pink patches are all Indian villages. These green patches are Bangladesh villages. So this Ratcliffe have demarcated this territory such that certain Indian villages are surrounded by Bangladesh territory. Can you understand? So Indian village is there, that Indian villages inside Bangladesh territory, and certain Bangladeshi villages are there which is inside Indian territory, like an island surrounded by water. Now like that, foreign Bangladeshi villages surrounded by Indian villages, Indian territory. Indian villages surrounded by Bangladeshi villages. So this is enclaves. Approximately 111 Indian villages are there inside Bangladesh, and around more than 50 villages are there, Bangladeshi villages are there in Indian territory. So these are Indian territory, but there was no Indian administration. No electricity, no school, no hospital, no post office, no police station, nothing was there. And Bangladesh also will never, no roads, government will not do anything. So Bangladesh also will not help them because it is an Indian territory. So this is what, this is the problem. And during the recent 100th Constitution Amendment Act, we settled this issue amicably. So, so we gave the option to the people whether they wanted to be with India or with Bangladesh. So amicably we have settled this issue. Okay, that means this is Indian villages surrounded by Bangladesh. This is Bangladesh. So Bangladesh will not give transit route to India. So this is the problem. Okay, so this is issue number 1, that is called enclaves. Okay, and then issue number 2 is this Berber Union dispute. So this is also because of the erroneous depiction of the map in the Jalpaiguri district of West Bengal. Berber Union is there. Like that, Pakistan also claimed this Berber Union, a particular part, Bodo, the one particular place called Bodo, they were claiming this particular territory. But what happened is, Indian Prime Minister Nehru and Pakistan's Prime Minister Feroz Khan Noon both signed an agreement in 1958. Amicably, India and Pakistan settled this, they were trying to settle this Berber Union. The entire Berber Union is listed in Schedule 1 of Indian Constitution. Entire area is listed in our Constitution, in Schedule 1. So according to this agreement, we have to leave a certain part of Berber Union to Pakistan. So this was the agreement, okay. So that is this 1958 agreement. So what Nehru did is, Nehru using Article 3. Article 3 means that is about state reorganization. Central government using simple majority, they can reorganize the state. Using that particular agreement, amendment, article, Indian government using simple majority, Nehru government was about to give a territory of India, that is a part of Berber Union, which belongs to Schedule 1 to Pakistan. So one part belongs to Pakistan, another part belongs to India. Like that, the settlement was there. But when this amendment bill, that means on simple majority, when it was referred to the president for his signature, president did not sign it. He referred it to Supreme Court using Article 143. 143 is called the advisory jurisdiction of Supreme Court. If president has some kind of doubt in law, he can seek the advice of Supreme Court. But Supreme Court's advice is not binding on president. That is 143. Using 143, he referred to Supreme Court. Supreme Court said that Indian Parliament, that means Indian government, doesn't have any authority to cede a Indian territory which belongs to Schedule 1 using Article 3, that is by simple majority, to a foreign country. That means if India have to give a territory to foreign country, means then an amendment under 368 has to be passed. Okay, so Article 3 needs simple majority. Simple. But 368 means special majority is required. Special majority means two conditions has to be satisfied. Absolute majority and 2/3% voting. Only when two conditions are satisfied, then only we call that amendment as amendment passed under 368. That is called special majority. Absolute majority means majority of total membership of the house. Irrespective of how many people came, 100 total percentage, 100 people are there means 51 people have to vote. Then only we call it as absolute majority. Okay. Simple majority means majority of present and voting. Okay. So in absolute majority, Parliament have to pass. then only India can cede a territory to foreign country. But within India, if you wanted to change the statements, then simple majority, Article 3, simple majority itself, it is okay. Like that, court said. So Nehru had a very brutal majority by the time. So he passed the 9th Constitutional Amendment Act. But again, luckily, this 9th Amendment Act was never implemented because this was 1960. 1961-62 Chinese aggression. After that, China-Pakistan became friend. 1965 Pakistan war. 1971 Pakistan war, and Bangladesh became an independent nation. So we did not implement the Berber Union, that settlement. That means Berber Union was with India itself. With India itself. Okay. So this is what happened. And later, during 1974 land boundary agreement with Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, we settled this Berber Union. How it is settled, I will show you map. So this is India. So this is Bangladesh. This is the boundary. So this is Jalpaiguri district. Okay, so this is India. This is Bangladesh. Sorry, this is Bangladesh. This is India. Sorry. Okay, so this is Jalpaiguri district, West Bengal. Okay. So, so somewhere here only this Berber Union is there. According to the new settlement with Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, India will retain the Berber Union. India need not give the one part of territory to Pakistan. In return for the territory, India have to give transit route to the two important villages of Bangladesh, Angarpota and Dahagram. This region only we call it as Tin Biga territory. Tin Biga territory. See what is this territory? See this map, you will have an understanding. This one. So this is the largest Bangladeshi enclave. For that, India is going to give the transit route. That is this one. The largest enclave, we call it as Angarpota and Dahagram. So this is an Indian territory only. We are giving permission to Bangladesh to access the territory. So the path, the road is on lease to Bangladesh. They can use it. But that is an Indian territory. That region only we call it as Tin Binga territory. So in return for this access, Berber Union is settled. But again in 1974, because this 1974 agreement is not implemented, India did not give transit route to Bangladesh. Tin Binga territory, India retained it. Only after the 100th Amendment Act, now only we have formally allowed Bangladesh to enter into this territory, Dahagram and Angarpota. Okay. So now the Berber Union dispute between India and Bangladesh has been solved. The Berber Union was a dispute because of Ratcliffe Line. And later, Feroz Khan Noon, Nehru agreement was signed. But Nehru was not able to give the part of Berber Union to Pakistan. And 9th Amendment Act was passed. But that too was not implemented because of India-Pakistan war. And later, 1974, we settled like this. But again, we did not give the Tin Binga territory. Now only after 2015, we gave that Tin Binga territory to Bangladesh. So that Bangladesh can come and access the two important villages, Angarpota and Dahagram. Okay. So this is Berber Union dispute between India and Pakistan. One more issue is there. Adverse possessions. Adverse possession means unwantedly we are holding some Bangladeshi land and Bangladesh is holding some of our land. Okay, so why means because I will tell you. See, two issues we have to discuss here in this area. See, for example, this is India-Bangladesh border. Means this is India. This is Bangladesh. So there will be certain Indian villages will be there in Indian territory in Indian side. But all their agriculture land will be in Bangladesh side. This village's agriculture land will be like this. Village will be in India. Agriculture land may be in other side of the country. Another country. So every time for doing agriculture, they have to cross the international border, go to the other country, there they will do agriculture and then again they will come back to the India. Like that Bangladesh villages are there, their fields will be in Indian side. So like that some areas, some issues were there. And the government forced both the country forced their farmers to sell their land in the another country and buy land in their own country. But since this area is a fertile region, because of Ganga Delta region, number one, and number two, all the farmers are poor, and number three, all the farmers are always, that means they are very attached to the ancestors' property, they are not ready to do that. Now only we have settled this. Somehow this has been settled after this 100th Constitution Amendment Act. There is some kind of settlement is there by rearranging the boundary. Another problem is this is Ganga River and this is Ganga's delta. So this is Bay of Bengal. So this is the Ganga delta region. So here see India, Bangladesh, most of the boundary is demarcated as river as boundary. So river will be in the old stage when it enters the delta. The water force will come down. See, if you go to Haridwar and all, water, the Ganga river water there and all will be in full force. The current will be very high. But after traveling for thousands of kilometers in the Ganga valley and then the Gangetic plain, the river water will slow down. Okay, if river water slows down means if you put an obstacle before the water means water will do. Water will move around that particular block and then will enter. See, during the old age, river will meander. That's why we call it as river is old, river is senile, river is in the senile stage. Old stage we can't run fastly, like that. But sometimes when there is a flood means river will flow in this direction. No flood means a small stone is there means river will turn into a different direction. So river water course changes, river boundary also changes. So India Bangladesh boundary changes because of that. Okay, sometime the river will flow in this direction, sometime in this direction. Okay, so that's why no permanent route is there. So in between the area where the river flows, we call it as floodplain. Floodplain is the most fertile regions of the world, particularly for cultivating rice. So rice need flood water, no? Flood water means water have to be stagnant over the crop, then only it will grow. So that's why what happens is river boundary changes, river course changes. So since river is the boundary between India and Bangladesh, one time this will be the boundary, another time this will be the boundary. In between also, now a lot of crops were being raised. So that's why it was difficult for both the government to solve the problem. Okay, so all these major border issues were sorted out. So these were the three issues. One is the enclaves, second one is Beriberi Union, third is the adverse possession. After 100th Constitution Amendment Act, India 2015, both the countries amicably solved the border dispute. Now we have no border dispute with Bangladesh technically. Okay, some practical issues are there. Say that day I read one news that one guy, he is not a Bangladeshi, not an Indian, but living in the border. Like that some people are there. Okay, so like that some technical issues are there. But apart from that, there is no official problem between India and Bangladesh regarding borders. Okay, so regarding border, all you have to know is 1974 agreement, land boundary agreement, not implemented. 2011 renewed it. 2015 settled it. Okay, so this is border dispute between India and Bangladesh. So today's class we will stop here. The maritime boundary issues we will discuss in the next class. So now we will open for question and answer. If you have any doubt, you can ask. Not only that, this weekend or next week, option class demos also will be there. So I will be taking class for political science and international relation. So bilateral and all, 25% of the syllabus is bilateral relation. Another 25% syllabus is polity. Okay. So we will discuss these things in the demo class. So what I am telling is everybody can come and attend the demo class, no issue. Okay. So if you have any doubt regarding which option you have to choose, you shortlist to 3 options at least. This is my idea, and attend the demo classes, or even you can attend 2-3 classes, no issue. So they will allow. So 2 classes, 3 classes, they will allow. 2-3 classes they will allow. After that you can come to a conclusion. So you have to choose an option which is very, very comfortable to you. So that is very, very important. Okay. So Saturday I think we have political science. Anyway, they will update you. Okay. So you will get a message. Even if you have doubt, or even I'm asking all people to attend the political science demo. Okay. So to have an understanding whether it is good or not, after that you can decide. But attend the demo. Shortlist to 3 classes and attend all the 3 classes demo. So this is my request. So after that you can come to a conclusion. So by seeing the syllabus, question paper, how far this is useful for GS, Like that we can come to a understanding later. Okay. So I am inviting all students to attend the demo class. Thank you. So now, Arvind. Yes.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes. Good afternoon. Yes.
Sir, regarding Italian marine issues, was the only why Italy and India was their relationship was not good, sir? Only because of those soldiers, or any other common issues, sir?
See,
Major issues.
I said some political issues are running behind this. See, this is a issue. This is a case. Leave it. Actually, that Gotrochi, one Italian national, have to come to India and give a statement in court. If we come to India and give a statement in Indian court, means all the Congress, Rajiv Gandhi will get caught. So the Congress ensured that even when opposition party comes to power, they should not request Italy to send that particular guy to India. That's why they broke down the relationship. Only after that particular guy died of natural cause, then only they left it. After that, using diplomacy, again both the countries now are negotiating. We are friends again. Can you understand?
Okay, sir. Okay,
this is
sir.
political
So,
issue. These things should not be mentioned in the paper, not this. So this is the real thing. But it is a problem is they have shot our fishermen. Regarding jurisdiction, there was a contention between India and Italy. The Congress government used this issue to completely broke down the relationship, so that guy, that Gotrochi, will not come to India. Okay. But anyway, this is a technical issue. International court gave a verdict. India will accept the verdict. But Supreme Court last week said that until the compensation is paid, the case will remain opened only. This is what we said. So that means we want proper compensation. This is India's today's stand. Otherwise, the marine issue has been settled. Yes.
yes, sir. The other doubt is maybe I forgot. It seems why. What was the reason of separation of East Pakistan and West Pakistan, sir?
See,
main cause.
Main reason means both are Muslim dominated area. So that is not an issue. But the Pakistani people, they speak Urdu. Bangladesh people, they speak Bengali. Bangladesh is an underdeveloped region. Pakistan compared to Bangladesh is a better country. So always they treat them as second grade citizen. And they made Urdu as a national language. This ignited problem between the two community. And Sheikh Mujibur Rahman commanded a big majority in parliament, Pakistan parliament. These West Pakistanis cannot accept an East Pakistani as the prime minister of both Pakistan. That's why they arrested him. Resulted in protest. Pakistan army sent it to Bangladesh. The riot started. Atrocity started. People poured into Indian territory. So India intervened and divided the two countries. Now Bangladesh became an independent country.
So could I take that India intervention would be also like disturbance of East and West in?
No,
so
it is
India's
not
in between.
East and West Pakistan, this is their internal problem. Because of India, the problem did not come. They had a problem. India used that problem as an opportunity, divided our enemy Pakistan into two countries. Bangladesh is now a separate country. Pakistan is a separate country. Bangladesh, Pakistan doesn't like each other. So this India maintained. Okay. So India used the Beda principle. That's what I'm telling. We can use this word. According to Chanakya's Beda principle, Indian government divided Pakistan. That and all you can write
Pakistan.
it.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Yes, Deepika, yes.
Hi, sir. Good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon. Yes.
I have a doubt regarding the impacts of Brexit on India, sir. In that, there is one point saying cheaper rupee will make Indian exports.
See, this has to, you need a full class. See, Indian rupee, see, in economic class they will explain this better, but in my understanding I will tell you. See, 1 rupee, $1 is equal to 50 rupees. This is the normal one. Take like this. Suppose if India becomes cheaper, Indian rupee becomes cheaper, means $1 is equal to 75 rupees. Am I right? That is called cheaper. Indian rupee cheaper means against dollar, our value, we have to give more rupee. Indian value is coming down. In that particular period, US will pay us $1 and get 75 rupees worth of goods from India. Okay, so whenever Indian value, rupee value is coming down, it is good for export. We can export more people will buy products from India. They will give us $1 and we can supply 75 rupees worth goods. But if $1 is equal to 25 rupees means they won't buy anything from India. We can export to we can import a lot. We just pay 25 rupees and buy $1 worth of goods to India. Can you understand?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
So just I am telling in a very vague way. You can ask this to the economics type. They will explain this better. So rupee value is going down means $1 means we have to pay more rupee. That is the understanding. Okay, so if rupee value is going down, good for export. Rupee value is coming up. Rupee is strong means good for imports.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay. 948, yes.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, good afternoon, yes.
I am Revati, sir. Sir, my doubt is regarding Brexit, sir.
Regarding
Brexit. So, what about the immigration, security, employment, trade, economy? You told some point regarding that, no, sir?
So these were the top issues. Some people say that these things are advantage. So we have to be with the European Union. This is one group, 48% of the group. 52% of the group said that these things are disadvantage to England. So we have to be away from European Union. That's all.
Okay, sir.
If you are together, then we have to share the resources, no? Some people say that if we share the resources, it will be better for us. Some people say that if we share the resources, this is the negative one. So two ideas are there, no? So ultimately, the people said that we should not share it. So immigration, security, employment, all we should not share it. So we have to go away. So Brexit won. In that referendum, they won it. So 52% of people said yes. So that's why they came out of European Union today.
Okay, sir. Sir told sir during this time some bomb plus no consequently the terrorist activities were there.
Yes. What is that you are
asking? Only during that particular time.
See, what happened is, I'll tell you what is this. See, we were discussing that West Asian migration crisis that I said no. If anyone can enter into one particular country in European Union means you can access all European Union country. This is an agreement. See, if you want to go to Paris, you have to apply visa to France earlier. France government will give you visa, but now there is a type of visa called Schengen visa. Okay, so according to Schengen visa, you just refer it in net. Schengen visa. So if you get that visa means you can not only you will be allowed into France. If you go to France means you can take a car, you can go to all the 28 countries.
Okay.
What this will happen is, if I am a terrorist means, if I can enter into Romania or Bulgaria, I will go to UK and then I will put bombs there. That's why security problem is there. So if UK is giving separate visa means, then what can be done? UK will personally check everyone and then they will allow, or they will not give visa. Somebody is having the EU access visa means those people also will come to UK because of that security problem. France bomb blast was there, some terrorist activities were there. England also terrorist activities were there. That's why the England finally came to an understanding that we should be separate. Okay.
Okay. Got it, sir. Yes. Sir, another thing, sir, about that Beriberi unit, you told about the territory, sir.
Yes, Beriberi, yes.
Sir, actually, it is in West Bengal, now that particular place in West Bengal, right, sir?
West Bengal, Jalpaiguri district.
Okay. Yes. Actually, that belongs to West Bengal. Bangladeshi people are living there.
Under British, when British were there, it was United Bengal. Okay, but after British, it divided into India and Pakistan. No, by the time Beriberi Union became a dispute, boundary problem. So India claims the majority part, the Beriberi Union. Pakistan also claims that because of erroneously that demarcation, some problem were there. Both the countries settled that through Nehru Noon, but it was not implemented. Ninth Amendment Act was not implemented. 1974 again we settled, but according to the settlement we did not go. Now only we gave the Teen Biga territory to Bangladesh. Okay, we retained the Beriberi Union. Yes.
Okay. So you told about Article 143. Sir, what was
143.
it, sir? Actually,
See,
the
143.
Supreme Court judgment.
Yes. See, 143 is the advisory jurisdiction of Supreme Court. See, President is the head of Indian state. So even though Parliament decides everything, only when President signs, it becomes a law.
Law. Okay, sir.
Law. Okay. So you can't remove a president easily. Only on one
Yes.
ground only we can remove the president. That too when he is going against the constitution. If he is behaving unconstitutionally, then only we can bring the impeachment. Impeachment means removal procedure on president. That's why whenever a document is presented before him, if he signs some unconstitutional law means, then he will be put under question. And since he is the authority of India, what he will do is, if he have some kind of technical doubt, law or fact, some technical issues are there means, how he will know whether it is according to constitution, not according to constitution. So for that only this 143 is provided. So president, if you have any doubt means, he will pass this to Supreme Court and ask Supreme Court, because Supreme Court is the protector of constitution and final interpreter of constitution. He will seek the advice of Supreme Court and ask the Supreme Court whether this is a correct one, whether it is according to constitution or not. Supreme Court will say that yes, no. Based on that, he will finally take a decision. But Supreme Court's decision is not binding on president, just advisory in nature. You are asking me something. I don't know whether it is legally correct or not. I am asking an advocate like that, the court like that. But what he says, it is up to me only to decide. This is called advisory jurisdiction of Supreme Court. Supreme Court can advise president in a matter of law or fact. Okay, but Supreme Court's advice is not binding on president under 143. Okay, so this is an important article. You should know. Prelims, mains, and all, they may ask this. So while in polity, while they are taking Supreme Court and president, you will come across this.
Oh, okay, sir.
So in this case, Beriberi Union's case, Nehru tried to deal this with Article 3, which requires only simple majority. But Supreme Court said that within India, you can change like this. It is legally allowed. But if you wanted to give an Indian territory to a foreign country, cede an Indian territory to a foreign government, then it requires special majority. For that, you have to amend under Article 368 under Part 20. Okay. Again, you'll deal this under polity. So just I'm giving you a hint. That's all. Okay. So simple majority also you can amend it. 368 also you can amend. Yes, Beriberi.
Okay. Since this Beriberi unit is included in the Schedule 1, we can.
It is with India now.
We can. Okay, sir. Understood, sir.
Indian Parliament
then you told
any territory to any country, but under 368 it has to amend it. Then only you can take a part which is written in Schedule 1, remove it and give it to another country. It needs special majority. Easily you can't do it. That is the understanding.
So you told about some Garo Kasi Jandi people. What about it, sir?
Actually, during the British, who introduced tea plantation in India? Britishers. So in Assam, that climate condition was very good for tea plantation. And this today, Darjeeling tea is world famous today. So they need laborers also to work there, no, in the tea plantation. That's why the British people brought Garo Gasi Jaintia tribal people to work there in Assam. Now the Bodo people who are the son of the soil there in that particular place, they are telling that we want all the outsiders to go away from Bodo land, Assam. Bodo is in Assam. Okay, so a lot of Bengali speaking Muslims are also there. This Garo Gasi Jaintia people, Meghalaya tribal people are also there. Garo Gasi Jaintia is 3 mountains. Okay, there the tribal people are Garo Gasi Jaintia tribal people there. They also should go away. This land is only for us, not for outsiders. This is what Bodo people are telling. Bodo land, that one organization is there that is telling like that.
Okay, sir. So one doubt, sir, this tribal peoples means they're indigenous people, no? So
who is the? What is? Come again.
Sir, so you told, sir, tribal peoples, they are against this tribal peoples. Tribal peoples means indigenous people, no? So
indigenous people in their own land. See, tribal people from Meghalaya cannot come here in my village and then they can do anything. In Meghalaya, it is their land. My village belongs to me. So based on this idea only, problem is there. Can you understand? See, they belong to Meghalaya. How come they come to Assam? This is what borderland people are telling. Can you understand?
Okay.
Okay,
Okay,
Assam is a
understood.
different state, no? Meghalaya is different, Assam is different.
Okay, so any relationship between this blue refugee that's going on now?
Which refugee?
Blue refugee crisis now, it is going on now.
Yeah, I'm not, it's not clear. Voice is not clear.
BRU blue refugee.
See, that and all we'll discuss tomorrow. We'll continue with that tomorrow.
Okay,
Going
sir.
issue. We have to discuss. We have to discuss some issues regarding this refugee migration and all. We will discuss that under Rohingya. Rohingya population is there, no? That is a major issue for us.
Okay.
So again, I am coming. I will discuss that in the next class. So I will be coming to another.
Okay. So this CAA Act is Amendment Act is somewhat this Northeastern people they are favoring for the CAA. Can I take it like that, sir?
For particularly for the Assam people, they say that CAA through CAA don't bring other community also. We don't want anyone. This is their stand. Their stand is completely different. We don't want no outsiders in our land. But Indian government, excluding Muslims, it is giving option for other community people from Bangladesh, Pakistan and Afghanistan to come to India and get full citizenship. Okay, so these Assami people are telling, no, we don't want anyone. We are not only against Bengali speaking Muslims, we are against all kind of people. No one should come to our territory. Why this kind of argument is there, man? See, I am living in this place. I am struggling to live here. Resource is very scarce. I and my family cannot live. Now more people from outside are coming to my territory, means it is my livelihood problem. Based on that understanding, they are resisting the outsiders.
Okay, sir. Understood, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Yes, 399, yes.
Sir, good afternoon, sir.
Yes, good afternoon, yes.
Sir, my doubt is regarding the enclaves, sir. Sir, is enclave recognition based on enclaves? You said no, sir. Both India and Bangladesh have some enclaves.
Enclaves, yes.
Sir, is this enclave recognition based on a referendum taking place or based on the language the people speak, sir?
No. See, the settlement is practically, although some of the villages are in Bangladesh, it is India's village. But Indian administration was not there for nearly 4 decades, means literally they will be mingling with the Bangladeshi people. Am I right? So like that, depending upon their convenience, those people opted for Bangladesh or with India. So no formal, locally they decided everything. The people only decided everything, that's all. So no.
If there is a scope for expanding. Sir, if there is a scope for expanding enclaves means, then Indian government would accept, sir.
How scope for expanding enclaves will be there?
Because if growing population in this,
you can't enter into Bangladesh, but the Indian villages which is inside Bangladesh, they had all their communication, connection, everything with Bangladeshi people. No boundary is there. So no security and all will not be there. So they see my home will be in Indian territory. But if I want provision, means I have to go to Bangladesh and buy it. So literally those people lived together. See, you can understand this if you travel from Tamil Nadu to Pondicherry. Tamil Nadu territory and then Pondicherry villages will be there. Again Tamil Nadu territory will be there. Then Pondicherry villages, Tamil Nadu, then full Pondicherry. Have you gone in bike or car? Then only you will understand. Okay, so no big difference will be there. But you can't move big goods between the territories in Pondicherry, Tamil Nadu, because that is another state. Can you understand? So like that,
yes, sir.
There is no big issues are there. Okay, but you can't move big goods. Trade and all is not possible. Small, minor, personal things for home and all you can buy. No one will come and restrict you. Okay. So the people who are with Bangladesh, they said that we will be with Bangladesh itself. What is there if we come to India? Okay. Anyway, we have connection only with them. So since history, they are with them only. So like that, amicably it was settled.
Sir, and
Okay.
my last doubt is, sir,
Yes.
recently in newspaper I saw that Cyprus Island issue, sir, between
Cyprus, yes.
France and
Not
yes, sir.
France.
Can you elaborate on that?
No, it's not France.
Turkey,
Greece and Turkey, I
Turkey
think.
and
Turkey and
yes, sir.
Greece.
France supporting the. Can you elaborate on that, sir?
Other, Cyprus is an island in Mediterranean Sea. Both Greece and Turkey claim that half of the Cyprus is with Greece and another half, major half is with Turkey. They are fighting for that land. This is not today's problem. For 100 years, these two people are fighting with each other. Okay, what is the problem? Means domination of that particular territory. And one part of Cyprus, they have their own administration. Like that it is there. One part is controlled by Turkey, another part is controlled by Greece. So issues are going on. Okay, for the domination of the territory. Greece says that the entire Cyprus is mine. Turkey says that it is mine. So Turkey and Greece, they fought against each other. They have religious problem, ancient communal problem, all these things combined together. Now it is going on. It is age-old problem, not immediate problem. Okay.
Okay, sir. Sir, my last doubt is, sir, what is the reason for bitter relation between France and Turkey, sir? Why are they bitterly opposing each other?
They are against each other. Religiously, they are against each other, no? The Turkish people are Ottomans earlier. They are Muslims. France are Christians. The Crusaders war, domination for Palestine, all these things you have to connect it. So, and in World War, Turkey supported Germany, France was against Germany. So, this is not a problem of today. This is a age-old problem, community problem. Okay, for thousands of years, Muslims fought against Christians. Christians fought against Muslims for the domination of Jerusalem city and the Palestine, Israel, Palestine. All these things are continuing. Okay, so this is two group of people. They doesn't like each other because of the religious feeling. Now it became political problem. Actually, earlier it was a religious problem. The Crusaders war and all. You should know it. Okay, so just check it. Crusaders war. So all the Christian army, Robert the Lion, like that and all stories and all, Robin Hood stories and all you might have read, no? So England, France, Italy, Spain, Portuguese, under the leadership, that means under the instigation of Pope, they sent the Christian army to Jerusalem to recapture Jerusalem. But Jerusalem was under the control of Muslims. Frequently, both the parties fought against each other and controlled Jerusalem city. That problem's new version is Israel-Palestine problem. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Now also the Jerusalem city problem is continuing.
Thank you, sir.
Yes. Yes, Pooja, yes.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, good afternoon, yes.
Sir, I have a doubt regarding UNSC. That is, in an article, I read that at the starting of UNSC, America invited India to join in place of China. That is a permanent membership.
Yes.
And in another article, they said that it is not right. I'm confused.
Actually, this is what happened in the background. Okay, so actually what happened is, by the time China was under the control of ROC, we have discussed in China, no? The KMT party, ROC, who are in charge of Taiwan today. Okay, and when China became communist, you have to note that this ROC literally lost their domination power. So now either communist China have to come to power or India have to come to get a seat in United Nations Security Council. So during this time, since India is a democratic country and China is a communist country, US doesn't want China to get a recognition. So they invite, so it is said that it is not open officially, the United Nations did not invite. US said that I will support you, you come and join the United Nations Security Council table. That means in return, India should join US camp. So you can understand. So this is the politics. But India since doesn't want to join US camp and started non-alignment movement, Indian Prime Minister rejected that proposal. So if India might have joined US camp, means US should have might have completely supported India, and today India might have become might have become a permanent member in United Nations Security Council. India doesn't want this kind of power politics and all. Nehru did not expect that this UNSC will become this kind of power and they will pass a resolution against India regarding Kashmir and all. So when the offer was there, India did not utilize this. That means the right-wing party BJP is telling that India should have joined US camp. Because already in the discussion somewhere I have said, this BJP and JP, Janata parties and all, they are pro-US, pro-capitalism and anti-Soviet, anti-communism, socialism. That's why. But India, Nehru's being a socialistic, basically, he did not wanted to follow US path. That's why we rejected that. Simply India did not get. In return for India becoming a member, security member, partner with US, US will support. This was an understanding. But it is not an official invitation from United Nations Security Council. It was an unofficially US asked India whether India want a permanent membership. India said, I don't want your UNSC seat and I don't want it to be your partner. This is India's choice.
Okay, sir. So my second doubt is regarding enclaves. That is enclaves still enclaves are there?
Yes, still enclaves. So that Indian villages became Bangladeshi territory. Some Indian villages became Bangladeshi territory. Some Indian villages came as Indian territory. Like that, some Bangladeshi villages became Indian territory. Some joined Bangladesh. Like that, depending upon the size, the distance from the boundary, they made a choice. Because hundreds of villages are there, no? So only it is not easy to say where all these enclaves have joined. So according to the convenience, either they joined with India or Bangladesh.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Okay. Yes, Rakesh.
Sir, good afternoon, sir.
Yes, good afternoon. Yes.
So I have two doubts regarding the current affairs, sir. I have came across the recent current affairs related to the Italian marine issue, sir.
Yes.
While searching in internet, related to that, I came across that Italian government have given 1.5 crore Indian money as a compensation to the respective family. Is that?
See, what they were trying to do is, when these cases were going on, in Italy only Vatican City is there. Am I right? Hello?
Sir?
In Italy only Vatican City is there. Through Pope route, they try to connect with the fisherman community. Mostly they are Christians, no? They connected with the local church and they try to solve this problem through back door. Okay. But India said that since this is a case, you can't settle outside. See, if it is a civil matter, means you can settle this outside. But since this is a criminal matter, you killed our 2 citizens. You can't settle this outside without court intervention. So the case is in the court. Outside, even you give the compensation, still it is a crime only. So that's why India did not accept it. Now the case has been referred to international court. International court said that we have to settle this with compensation. Because that only is going to be there. But you can't breach the Indian laws, no? So that is the problem.
Yeah, yes.
Now,
it also mentioned. It also mentioned that. Okay, sir.
Yes, tell me. Yes.
So it also mentioned that the compensation was given in 2019. That actually the incident was held on 2012, right, sir?
Who fixed this 1.5 crore? That is the problem.
As per the source, yes, sir.
No. They might have given this, but the point is, international court said that. See, actually, those 2 parents should be tried. They should be put in jail. Okay, but international court said that you give the blood money. This is called blood money. I killed you mistakenly, so you take this compensation and let us settle this issue. Because since 2 countries are involved, single country means definitely jail sentence will be there at least. Otherwise, what will happen to the rule of law? So now international court said that fix a proper settlement, and then Italy have to pay that money to India, and the case is solved. This is the verdict. So 1.5 crore, more than 1.5 crore, India may expect.
Yes, sir. The Italian government has also given the reason for the compensation that they have given this as not as a compensation. They have given this as a goodwill and a good gesture.
Compassionate. See, I am killing another person. I am giving him 1 crore rupees, and then take this money. I am sorry. Will that other person will take it? No. So how can I see the criminal should not fix that price? Who have to fix that price? The aggrieved party have to fix that price. or the agreed government is Indian government. We have to fix the price. So this is what we are telling. That's why Supreme Court said that unless the compensation money is fixed and paid, until that this case will be opened only. This is what Indian government is telling. Am I correct?
Okay. Yes, sir.
Yes. The person who
Sir,
have
my
done.
second.
Yes.
Okay, sir.
Yes.
Yeah. So second doubt is regarding the cold peace. During Obama's period 4 years ago, the American government has led on peace treaty between the Iran and Saudi Arabia, right, sir? Cold peace.
Yes, not between Iran and Saudi Arabia. US and Iran have signed a peace agreement.
Okay, sir.
So when you are telling,
so will that have? So yesterday's news, yesterday's while reading the news regarding the UAE and Israeli pact, I came across this, sir. They have mentioned that change in the government of America in coming November. Will that reflect the cold peace treaty again, sir? Because Trump government has not initiated that. Will that repeat? Will the cold peace treaty repeat, sir, by changing the government?
Cold peace treaty during which time, between which country?
Between US and Iran, right, sir?
US and Iran, sometimes they are bad, sometimes they are good. That is called cold peace. That means it is not a permanent peace. Sometimes enemy, sometimes love-hate relationship. See, actually, from 1900 to 1953, Iran and US were friends because US company and Western company exploited oil. But Iran in 1953 went against US by trying to nationalize the oil resources. That's why US overthrown that particular ruler and installed a pro-US ruler. So from 1953 to 1979, US, Iran were friends. But 1979, again, Iranian revolution was there. So during this time only, American embassy was put on siege. So since that time, from 1979 till 2015, US and Iran were arch enemies, dead against each other. Again, 2015, Obama administration in Iran, they settled an issue and they became friends. That means they opened relationship. But again, Trump administration reversed its policy. Depending upon the presidential election result, if Trump comes means the anti-Iranian policy of US will continue. If some other guy comes means he may open some kind of peace with Iran. Chances are there. This is on the one side. On the other side, Israel and UAE, they have open diplomatic relationship. Who have done this? Who was mediating this? Trump. So this is a diplomatic victory for Trump. Number one, for election purpose, this can be used. Number two, UAE, Saudi and all Gulf countries, the Sunni Muslim countries, they are against Israel. Now, a peace deal has been signed. So because Israel have to recognize Palestine as a sovereign independent country. So waging war with Israel and all not possible because Israel only will win. So now UAE's relationship with Israel means then Saudi Arabia already opened relationship. So all these countries can convince Israel and settle an issue and make Israel to accept Palestine as a sovereign independent country. This is on the one side. On the other side, who is Israel's enemy? Iran. Who is UAE's enemy? Iran. Who is Saudi Arabia's enemy? Iran. So this axis is forming. Against enemy, these three countries are coming together. Israel, Saudi, UAE. Saudi, UAE are allies. Okay. So actually they also doesn't like Israel, but now they are opening relationship with Israel so that they can counter the Shia-based Iran. Okay. And from Indian point of view, now Iran is going away from India towards China. So in these circumstances, UAE is our closest ally. So Israel is also our defense partner. Saudi Arabia is our security partner and cultural partner. Iran is also our partner, but Iran is going towards China. So suppose Pakistan, Iran, China axis forms means India, Saudi Arabia, UAE, Israel, US axis will form. This is another team. Okay. So UAE is going friendly with Israel is good for India. That is the final inference. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Okay. See, actually students, since the next class is going to start, so a lot of students have raised their hand. You please put the message in Telegram. Today afternoon, after some time I will answer. Okay. So again I am giving my number. 801 51 35 359. Okay. Just send the message in Telegram, I will answer today itself. Okay. So already because 1:30, so 30 minutes only extra. Actually, I have to complete by 1 o'clock. So we have taken another 30 minutes. Okay. So don't worry, you just send your message, today's doubt in the Telegram now itself. Telegram. I will answer it. Okay. Thank you. So today's class is over. Next class we will see. I will be coming for 2 more classes.